800-606-7049. 800-606-7049. Restrictions apply based on Q1 2024 study of acceptance insurance customers who reported saving when they switched. License number L012294.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. To restore your sex life in just one visit, call now. 407-337-5569.
Zero Res uses a patented process and products that are safe for kids and pets, and they do an unbelievable service. That's why I've had them come to my house. Give them a call, 407-232-9188, or visit OrlandoZeroRes.com today. And remember, Zero Res, spelled forwards or backwards, is the right way to clean.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crushyard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit Crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Allergies are torture, but Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus can help you beat your allergies for good. Exact is clinically proven to give long-term, lasting allergy relief in 3 injections. That's right, allergy relief in 3 injections. No matter how long you've suffered, no matter what else you've tried, with 3 injections, you can experience relief from your allergies. Exact from Aspire Allergy and Sinus. Go to AspireAllergy.com to book your appointment today. AspireAllergy.com.
Sometimes I struggle to get to sleep. My body stopped for the day, but my mind is still running. So I take Zquil.
Zquil, the world's #1 sleep aid brand, has a range of non-habit-forming products to fit you and your family's needs. Invest in a great night's sleep for the best you tomorrow.
I'm awake and ready to take on anything.
Better days start with Zquil nights. Explore our products at Zquil.com. Use as directed. Keep out of reach of children.
Greenway Kia proudly thanks all active and retired military members for your service. If you're in the market for a sedan or SUV, we've got the perfect Kia for you. Tariff-free and in stock now. Drive home a new 2025 Kia Sportage for just $299 per month for 36 months with zero due at signing. We want to see you in a Kia. From Greenway Kia, visit greenwaykias.com today.
Qualified applicants through KFA. Include $650 acquisition fee, 10,000 miles per year, 0 security deposit plus tax title license, $899 dealer, and $249.50 doc fee. Expires 6/15/25.
Think you're not the suing type, but you aren't at fault. I'm Orlando injury attorney Mo DeWitt. You didn't choose this accident, the bills, or the damage. Don't cover for someone else's mistake. Just call Mo. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.com.
Mills Air in business since 1992. That's over 30 years here in Central Florida. They're not going anywhere. Carrier factory authorized dealer. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier. Equipment change outs and upgrades right now with up to $1,275 in rebates. Visit millsair.com.
We are professional grade at Orange Buick GMC. Online at orangebuickgmc.com.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Accidents happen, but Mo's here to help. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or call 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, bank, B-A-N-K, bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Someone's going to get offended. It's just the way the world works. So to hopefully save everyone a little time and or energy, here's this. The opinions that you hear are those of the host and callers, and not those of iHeartMedia, its management, or advertisers. The News Junkie is on. The three best friends you never knew you had, running through the most viral stories of the day. The News Junkie Sean Wasson with Sabrina and Sealand.
It is Tuesday, May 13th, 2025. Lots to get to today, from shocking new Diddy testimony to a killer's insane to-do list is released, and Joe Biden in a wheelchair, a bombshell drops in a new book, plus your calls, dispatches, emails, texts, and more. Hey there, Sabrina. Hello, Sealand.
What's happening?
And hello to you. You can join us on the show today. Send us what we call a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. You can also watch the show on YouTube and twitch.tv/thenewsjunkie. Your message is rolling right to the studio in real time. How's everybody doing on a Share the Show Tuesday?
Share that show.
That's right, friends. Tell somebody about the News Junkie radio show, live stream, and podcast. It's just one text message away.
Smash.
Or be nice and lazy. Hit that like button over on the stream. If you're watching on YouTube, every single like saves one baby's life.
Yes.
It is really that easy.
Or kitten. If you are in the animal.
If you don't like babies.
Kind.
If you don't like babies, it's a kitten. If you don't like kittens, it's a puppy. If you don't like any of those three things, well, get the hell out of this country. All right?
Monster.
Get on out of here. If you don't like babies and kittens and puppies, you are not wanted around here. At least one of the three would be ideal.
Dispatch and explain why.
Why you don't like babies?
Puppies or kittens. All three.
Yeah. I mean, I can understand of all three of them, babies the most. You know, like if there was one,
there are people. You know,
it's
the
fear
dink
for
people.
me. I fear that they can't hold up their own neck, and that any wrong move, like a sneeze on my part, I'm gonna drop a baby.
Nothing should be that reliant on anything else. It really shouldn't be the case. But babies are so reliant on humans. Sealand can't just like leave Jackson alone in a room.
No.
With a bowl of milk. You know, like there's a lot.
Why would I give a baby a bowl of milk?
You know what I mean. You know, put out a bowl of milk and the kid goes over there like a little puppy dog.
Or one of those hamster things. That
a little metal too.
Right? Yeah.
Isn't that how parenting works in 2025? I don't know.
That's what I read up on the internet.
Yeah. That's what the AI told me. All of this stuff. All right, let's put our ears to the ground, our fingers on the pulse, to see what's happening in this great, big, wide world of ours. And we go to Walmart. Everybody. And, of course, right by the checks aisle where this all begins, you find a nice Walmart employee. Here he is just hanging out. He's got a nice beard, and he seems like a nice guy. There's one problem. People with cameras. That's the problem, really, that you're going to run into here. And I hate everybody who's trying to make viral videos these days. I hate all of you.
Says the guy who loves making viral videos.
I hate them all. I'm the only good person out there trying to make videos. I am the only good human being on the internet trying to make videos in 2025 because this is a letdown for the human race. Here's what happened. This guy with the camera, of course, approached a Walmart employee and asked for some help in the bathroom.
Excuse me, can you please help me unlock the bathroom? My little brother got locked in the bathroom. Yeah, I don't know how to get it unlocked.
All right, first of all, he asked this random Walmart employee for help in the bathroom. And this man, my guy, the employee at Walmart, is like, no hesitation.
Sure.
Boom.
No problem.
I'm going to help you. I'm going to help you in the bathroom, even though that's kind of weird and could be gross. And so he goes, sure, of course, I'll head to the bathroom with you.
I don't know how to get it unlocked. The big one or small one? The big one.
The big one or the small one? Into the big one.
Do you want to try unlocking it from the inside?
He doesn't speak.
Oh, understood.
He doesn't speak.
Yeah, he doesn't speak. He said he's saying his little brother, who is nonverbal, implying that it's a nonverbal autistic person, is locked in this large stall and needs some help, and he's filming the Walmart employee helping him. Now, if I was the Walmart employee, I might ask, why are you filming this?
Oh, he has no idea. He has one of those cool glasses on that does not indicate.
You know what? You might be right. I don't know why it would be vertical. Do the glasses film vertical?
Oh, it's a post.
Maybe they just made it for TikTok. Yeah. So if that's the case.
Would there be any other option besides the glasses? Because with the glasses, I feel like there would be a stabilization issue.
No, you'd be surprised. I got them for my birthday, and they look incredible.
Yeah, but aren't there rules
looks
like
incredible.
you can't just walk into the women's bathroom with those glasses on, can you?
Well, you can't just walk into the women's bathroom anyway.
Why not?
Because
Well, she can.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, no, there's nobody at the door making sure I don't have glasses on.
I thought you meant you.
No, I mean, obviously, it's just going to be one of these things where we say, hey, we expect that you're going to respect everybody's privacy. But you might be right. Otherwise, the Walmart guy would be like, dude, why are you filming all of this? So he goes in to help his allegedly nonverbal autistic brother in the bathroom.
Do you want to try unlocking it from the inside?
He doesn't speak.
Oh, understood.
Do you see feet there, or there's nobody in there?
No, there's somebody in there.
Yeah, no, he's fine. He's not using the bathroom. Just go under it. Yeah.
What's up? I think all right.
Ew.
First of all, I hate this
dick.
person. Like
Me too.
Get the rope for this human being, whoever did this, and I'm
now
just
you wanna
using
go
those
to
words
full
lightly.
murder?
Yes, absolutely. These people
Okay.
need to be offed. They need
This
to be
guy
offed.
has the most obnoxious laugh.
Oh,
Yeah,
without a doubt.
yeah.
And
he pretended like there was an autistic person in the bathroom stall, so the Walmart worker would go to slide underneath it. And when the Walmart worker slides underneath it, some guy's like, "Hey, man, I'm taking an S in here. I'm going to the bathroom right now." And he goes, "Oh, sorry." And he slides out from underneath the stall and heads out of there. And
he
then
slid out pretty quick. I think maybe he had a suspicion that this wasn't
Oh, that
all it was
poor
cooked up to be.
dude. Just trying to do his damn job.
when he locked eyes with a person sitting on a toilet, just
Well,
in
he
there,
didn't know he was going in feet first. Thank God, because this prank could have gone a different way where there was really a kid in there. But,
yeah, right. Even worse.
But they, the Walmart employee really should have been like, when the guy said he's fine, just go under. Why don't you just go under? You could have done this the whole time.
Right. Well, I mean, it seems like this guy should have caught on to more.
yeah, but he's just trying to help somebody out.
And some people are
Can't
screaming
blame him.
fake, but I don't know. I mean, this guy just seems like a genuine dude. It might be fake, but he goes to go under. The guy goes, "Hey, what the F?" when his feet go under.
All right.
Ew, dude. Oh, I hate it
laugh
so much.
is enough to make me want to shoot somebody in the face.
Here's
I
the
swear to
thing.
God.
Now you find this person's profile and see all the failed non-viral prank attempts.
Yeah, right.
And then this one, we're coming at it from a different perspective. Like, this kid's annoying and it sucks what he did. Feel bad for the employee, but he's still going to get those views and he's going to continue this trend as long as he can.
What a time to be alive.
To pay off those Meta glasses.
Yeah, the quest for viral videos never ends. You got to keep going no matter how low you stoop, because no one anymore has any sense of shame. If we could bring shame back into the world would be a better place, because it's just like, even if you look at this from the most decent perspective of being like, wow, he's just a young guy, it's still like, wow, this is where we're at. This is what we're doing out there. Good God. All right, the big case is underway. So let's try to keep up with what's happening in the Diddy trial here. And I got to tell you, I don't know if I'm alone on this, but after day one of the Diddy trial, which is obviously, still at the beginning of the trial here, but a lot of information came out yesterday. I'll give you a quick recap, right? But I wonder, is this yet again another case of the prosecutors overcharging?
Oh, dropping the ball.
And dropping the ball on a case like this.
What makes you think that?
Well, with the opening statements for the defense and prosecution, essentially what the prosecution, Diddy's defenders, right? To make this simple, Diddy's defense team came out with their opening statement and they said, hey, we're not arguing he, pointing at Diddy, is a good guy. We're not arguing he's a decent human being at all. We don't think he's a good human being. He's a bad and flawed person. And they said, as a matter of fact, he admits to being an abuser. And he admits that he abused this Cassie person that you're going to hear from during this testimony. And he admits that he was physically abusive to her, as you could see in this videotape. But that's not what he's on trial for. Right? Like, so both sides are going in and going like, hey, he physically abused this person. He's not a good human being. He's a monster. But that's not what he's on trial for. He's on trial for sex trafficking charges and stuff related to that.
Racketeering, right?
Well, they try to bring it into this big federal case. So sometimes they use like racketeering to stack up charges and stuff. But in this case, it's basically a sex trafficking case. That's what it kind of boils down to. And you got to wonder, if you're a juror, do you maybe sit back and listen to that and go, well, I thought they were going to say he was a good guy and an angel, like he didn't do anything wrong. I know he's not a good guy. I've seen the footage of him hitting this woman, and I've seen how much of a monster Diddy is. That's one thing. But you have to then, as the juror, like buy into this much larger thing. And I think, as everybody's going like, Diddy is toast, Diddy is done for, Diddy has a really good defense team, and I wonder if they were kind of overcharging here. We've seen it in so many cases. Casey Anthony, for a small example, that overcharging and being overconfident because you felt like this was a big case that you were working in can really blow up in your face. And don't think, by the way, because there's two possible outcomes here, but everybody's only thinking about one. One is Diddy stays behind bars for the rest of his life, right? And I don't care if he does. No tears for me.
Is there enough in the actual charges that could keep him there for the rest of his life?
He's facing life behind bars. Yeah,
it's 5 criminal counts: 1 count of racketeering conspiracy, 2 counts of sex trafficking by force, fraud, or coercion, 2 counts of transportation to engage in prostitution, and of course, denying all the allegations.
Right. And so his defense team is going, now they got to prove all of that stuff. And yes, he could face that one route of life in prison. You never see Diddy again and he's toast like Harvey Weinstein or something and nobody cares. But you also could see, hey, they overcharge and he's back out there in the real world because they went too hard on him and didn't have enough to back up these charges. And don't think, friends, that you can't come back from stuff like this. There's stories out there today about Kevin Spacey just landing a big role in a new upcoming action thriller.
Oh, perfect.
Kevin Spacey, who was toast for a while. Kevin Spacey was done for. You got Johnny.
Do you think these are comparable?
Yes, Kevin Spacey, probably. Kevin Spacey was like, all the charges against him were like, not just sexual abuse and rape, but like rape of minors. And he had so many things against him. He won most of those battles, but still he looked like a villain in the public eye, and he seems like he's not a good dude. He seems like he's a bad guy, like Diddy seems. But that doesn't mean you're done for. Chris Brown is still out there performing, right? Chris Brown beat the hell out of Rihanna.
Love him.
Who's Chris Brown performing for?
Oh, he's on tour.
Yeah, he still does fine. He still does fine out there because you can come back from these things. The people who have been in the worst territory, save for like Kanye or something, can pull out of these loops. And I don't know if this is the end for Diddy, but let's just kind of dip our toes in. Let's see what's going on in this trial to see what we think is going to happen.
Listen, David, so much happened today, and on the stand right now is a male escort named Daniel Phillip, who was allegedly paid to have sex with Sean Diddy Combs' ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, at the Gramercy Park Hotel.
All right, this is one of the people who has testified so far, a 41-year-old male escort by the name of Daniel Phillip. And he had a lot of things to say, and a lot of them were very graphic, and I will only share some of them with you here.
He's describing in salacious and sexual detail exactly those encounters, according to the prosecution. He is the second witness to take the stand today, but let's just set the scene for you, because this is quite the scene outside of the courthouse here.
Yeah, it's a circus. It is a circus around where this trial is taking place. And the first person or the person who testified there, Daniel Phillip, this male escort, had a lot of things to say. He said he had sexual encounters with Diddy and his then girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, from around 2012 to 2014.
That was the former porn star, right? Wasn't he just arrested for something?
I don't know. You'll have to find that if there's other things about him. But he says he was paid between $700 and $6,000 on several occasions to have sex with Ventura. That's Cassie. As Combs watched and did things to himself. On more than one occasion, he witnessed Combs physically abusing Ventura. In one instance, he was given the drug MDMA, he says. There's also talk that he number one into Cassie's orifice and some other things that happen at these parties at their house. Obviously, very salacious, very detailed stories that they were talking about. And this is going to be on the jury. Do they take this and they go, okay, this guy is an escort. Do we think that this was prostitution? There's another guy involved?
There's another one who is, I just looked it up over the weekend. It's former porn star, and he had just gotten arrested for something, but it was made to light during his interrogation for the crime that he committed, that it was the same deal where he was paid like $5 million by Diddy to have sex, and Diddy would watch, and then I believe even his ex-wife had attested to, after he got this $5 million payout, he wanted to get divorced, and it had opened up like that. So I don't know for sure if he's going to be called as a witness, but it certainly is along the same storyline that you're sharing right now.
Well, here's what they say the main takeaways are from what's happened so far to see if we think this guy's going to get hit with these big sentences that could be ahead for Diddy. It says the prosecution highlights two main accusers. One is Cassie Ventura, which, if you don't know about pop music, she was a pop singer who was with Diddy for a while. And the second is a woman identified.
If you do know about pop music, you could still have missed Cassie Ventura.
She had some hits years ago. The other person is a woman only identified as Jane, according to the case. Let's see what they say here. Yeah, there's stuff about urinating in the mouth. The jury will see the video of the freak-offs, Wild King Nights, Hotel Nights. Those are other names for these freak-offs that are coming into play. Both sides agree.
This might not be something anybody can answer here. It might be a Mo question. But the videos that they're playing now, they did already play the hotel assault video. Yeah, and they said that the family of Diddy that was in there, his daughters and mother stared straight ahead, right? And his sons watched the video. Their eyes were trained on the video.
I think one of the daughters walked out of the courtroom.
That was for the daughters walked out once or twice during descriptions of sexual stuff happening, like Diddy pleasuring himself in a corner, probably the peeing part. They walked out for some of that, but for the video, they stayed in. Some of them didn't look at the screen. Some of them did look at the screen, which begs the question: is the videos shown in courtroom always shown to everybody? Aren't there things that are just for the jury, or does everybody get to see that?
I guess they have to show the media too, so that they can tell what's going on, because there's not video and audio coming out live in the courtroom.
They're saying then the jury will see the freak-offs, but we're to assume then the media that's in there will also get to see these videos that potentially nobody else will ever see?
Yes, because the videos are the most important thing. Here's why. Diddy, they said, the prosecution is saying, use threats, violence, drugs, and lies to coerce the women into participating in these freak-offs, right? But the defense is going to go, watch the videos. You can see everybody's having a good time. You can see they're participating because they want to. If they're doing drugs, it was because they wanted to do it. Both sides say that is their evidence. That's their evidence of what happened here. So you have to then prove that there were threats, violence, and that Diddy was forcing everybody to participate in these parties. I think that's harder than people are thinking. I really think it is. Both sides are agreeing that there was domestic violence, as I said, but that's not what the trial is. The defense is questioning the accuser's motives in this case. They said the video of the hotel attack is central evidence. We already know that. The man who said he was paid for sex testifies that Combs assaulted Cassie twice. This is according to his testimony. This has been very graphic so far. The family has been in there, as Sealand said, but the final jury, all right, the final jury is now sat. Here's what it says. Monday morning, attorneys for each side took turns executing preemptory strikes to narrow the pool to 12 jurors and 6 alternates. It's made of 8 men and 4 women. That's who you got on the Diddy jury. 8 men and 4 women. The alternate group consists of 4 men and 2 women. And now we'll see what happens in the courtroom. It should be very interesting. But I wouldn't say, a lot of people are just thinking this is slam dunk city. I really don't think that that's the case. So we'll get your thoughts on that as we roll on today. When we come back, we have so many things to discuss on a very busy Share the Show Tuesday. New Pope news, new Biden news, and when we come back, a manifesto released after the death of a woman in Florida. I've never seen anything like this. I'm going to read it to you. And it is damning evidence. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Facebook at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
There's an accident off to the shoulder getting cleared up on State Road 408 eastbound at Pine Hills Road. Keep an eye out for emergency crews and police activity blocking lanes eastbound and westbound on State Road 44, New York Avenue at Grand Avenue. Traffic slowing down on I-4 eastbound between Osceola Parkway and after State Road 535. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Macy's Backstage. What will you find at Macy's Backstage? How about essential warm weather styles, just $30 and under, like dresses, shoes and bags, men's, and even kids' looks. Find the latest trends, new arrivals, and great prices at a Macy's Backstage store near you.
Navy Federal Credit Union celebrates Military Appreciation Month in May. Whether you're active duty, a veteran, or a military family, we are all united this month to celebrate those who go above and beyond. As a credit union created for the military community, Navy Federal takes special care to ensure that our members feel celebrated and honored every day and every May. So from all of us at Navy Federal, happy Military Appreciation Month. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Navy Federal is insured by NCUA.
Do you love your kids? Send them to Crushyard Summer Camp, where every day is packed with pickleball, ping pong, arcade games, crafts, cornhole, and more. It's active, creative, and tons of fun. Plus, lunch is included. More than just a camp, it's a summer full of new friends, confidence building, and unforgettable memories. With flexible scheduling and affordable pricing, it's easy to plan your summer your way. Spots are filling fast. Sign up now at crushyard.com/camps.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for...
Skull Mike Squad. Attention, Skull Mike Squad. Attention. As of right now, starting right now, moving forward, if you donate a gifted sub, if you gift a sub over at thenewsjunkie.com, and to do that, go to thenewsjunkie.com/gift or click the gift icon on thenewsjunkie.com. Now, not only will you get a random magnet, but you will get one of these 100, there's only 100 of them, limited Skull Mike Squad stickers. Skull Mike Squad stickers for your laptop or for whatever you want to put it on. There are only 100 of these, so if you gift like 5 subs, you're getting 5 of them with 5 magnets. It's just an extra exclusive thing for people who gift subs and are on the Skull Mike Squad. That's those of us who hang out between breaks here. So if you go gift a sub, probably for like this week or however long those last, you'll get a magnet for each gifted sub and one of these Skull Mike Squad stickers, and I think they came out great. They're real cool. Anyhow, good to see you on a Share the Show Tuesday. Let's ask Mr. Predicto what we're getting into. Mr. Predicto, is this going to be a good show today?
The signs say no.
Oh, shit. Predicto, that's not great, but we'll have to just take it in stride. Ryan says, fantastic. That would look awesome on a shirt, too. It's a cool sticker. I like how it came out. It's like nice quality. Look good on your laptop. And as I said, there's only 100 of them here. The stack I have is only 100 of them. And that's all there were ever going to be. That's all they're ever going to be. That's all we got. Sean really phoning it in. I'm not phoning it in. Predicto says the show's going to suck. Not me. Unless you mean the Skull Mike Squad. Those stickers are fucking badass, man. Watch your mouth. I'll slap the taste out of it. 2 minutes. Mr. Predicto is an asshole. He leans in that direction, yeah. Ooh, I got like the worst right here. Neck and back pain. Like it's twisting me up today. I slept way wrong. What's the best stretch to do to get rid of this? 90 seconds. Sounds like you need to call QC Kinetics. True. At some point. I must have been really like tightly wound because it is bad right there. Oh, it's something fierce. Okay, we're coming back in a minute. Literally, we're coming back in a minute. But love these Skull Mike Squad stickers. Very, very cool. I think we've got one that's gone out already because somebody, after I tweeted about it yesterday, gifted a sub. So that's one down, 99 to go. Get gifting. All right, let's have some fun on a Share the Show Tuesday.
iHeartRadio app.
She's back. Khloe Kardashian returns to On Purpose with Jay Shetty, and she's getting real about healing and self-love. Plus, Caroline Levitt shares what it's like being the youngest White House press secretary in history on Post Run High. And Rob Lowe spills some of the funniest stories you'll hear with Chelsea Handler on the Dear Chelsea podcast.
Explore the latest. Open the free iHeartRadio app and see what's trending now.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, bank. B-A-N-K, bank. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Radio, 104.1.
When good things go bad, bad things make headlines. This is the...
And just as I showed you, I said, I don't know if this case against Diddy, because of what they charged him with, is going to be as much of a slam dunk as a lot of people think it is. I hope they find him guilty if he's guilty, you know what I mean? But I think a lot of people are just assuming that he's going away for the rest of his life. Celebrities have come back from worse. However, this case is open and shut that I'm looking at right here as opposed to the Diddy case. This case seems like a sure thing, if I'm honest with you. What is it? Well, there's a guy by the name of David Barber. He's 35 years old. Here's the story I'm looking at. It says, Manifesto released after missing Florida woman's charred remains were discovered. And I see a burned out vehicle, I would say some sort of SUV. I don't know what type of SUV this is, but it's burned. There ain't much left of it. All the windows are gone. It's completely torched. And this says, over 2 months after a missing Titusville woman's charred remains were discovered, investigators have released some handwritten notes belonging to the man accused of killing her. The woman was a 72-year-old by the name of Jessie Kirk that was reported missing in early March when she refused or failed to show up for a morning walk with a friend. Her friend goes, something's wrong. Something ain't right here. She's always ready for the walk. She wasn't here. So then they started looking for her. They found her vehicle in a wooded area of Orange County, about 20 miles from her condo, way off the beaten path. And then they find this guy lurking near her condo. And it just so happens that he has first and second degree burns.
Jeez. Well,
all over his arms. And you're
red
like,
armed. Hot red armed?
Yeah, literally. You're going, you just so happen to be by her condo. You've got your arms all burnt. But maybe the guy has an excuse, right? This isn't a slam dunk case yet. It's like woman's car was burned. Guy by her
Had
condo.
a little bit of trouble with the gas grill.
And I mean, he is burned. There is no doubt about it. Like, his arms are really torched, like in a pretty bad way. I'm no doctor, but, it looks quite bad to me to see the extent of the burns on this guy's hands. But that is not enough to get like a slam dunk on a case. Since then, he's been accused of kidnapping and murdering Kirk, with state prosecutors seeking the death penalty. So everybody's been wondering, why are they so confident in their case? This is like that Diddy level of confidence that the prosecutors have. However, they seem to have a bit of a better case. What do they have? These notes from the gentleman that they arrested, use that term lightly, who allegedly killed this 70-something-year-old innocent woman. And it starts out basic enough. It looks that what I'm seeing here is just investment advice for himself. It's like, open up 6 financial accounts, a checking account. It's only for monthly bills. It's all handwritten on yellow page. High yield savings account, money for short term to midterm, including an energy emergency fund. His handwriting is maybe worse than mine. And then he says,
I can read this.
It's not as bad as mine. A Roth IRA fund with low cost index funds, he says, 401k, et cetera, et cetera. Then it's like books you should read. It is all advice for himself and ways that he could invest. This all makes sense. Nothing super weird about it. I'm on to page 3. It's all about Warren Buffett's top stocks.
Kevin O'Leary. Financial notes.
Kevin O'Leary is the guy from Shark Tank. He's Mr. Wonderful. It says he suggests doubling down on energy securities in 2024.
All right. He's in.
So we got all that. Then it says, we've got a list here. On the left is the buy list. On the right is the gather list. The list on the left of the buy list says rent a car, get a costume. Okay, this is getting a little more strange. Get
is
some
Halloween
trash bags.
coming up?
Maybe. It's pretty far away from Halloween when this happens.
I'm no murderer, but I've certainly had that on my to-do list.
All right, costume is not
costumes.
It's not enough by itself, right? Gloves, a gag. Gag is a bit of a weird thing to put on your buying
That
list.
has not been on my to-do list, no.
Tape,
Gag would
bleach
be
and
on her
aspire,
gather list.
Big zip ties, eyelets, vacuum bags, a hat, and wigs, he says he wanted to buy.
Wigs,
that's on the buy list. On the gather list, tools, cameras, boxes, ratchet straps, restraints, ears, guns, pills, masks, and gloves. And that's his list. Okay, that seems pretty weird, but it's still not like a slam dunk case, right?
Ears could be, Sabrina, ear protection.
Oh, gotcha.
Like for when you're shooting.
Yeah, if you want to like
Christopher Lane.
If you wanted to shut down whatever the people were listening to, if you were like kidnapping them or something, you might want that, I guess, right? That could be one thing. So, but it's not enough. It's not enough. Now, the next page of this manifesto, as they call it, says timeline 2/27. So, C-Lane, this was a bit away from Halloween, just for the record. It says finalized plans, clean room, pack clothes, plan route.
Listen, this guy had 3 pages of financial plans, so to think that he might, be planning ahead for Halloween is not crazy.
All right, you're not convinced yet. I'll continue. The next day, for February 28th, it said, hide computer and phone. Pack and leave while A&D are gone. Go to local bank. Park across the street. Observe and put on disguise. And at 5, move across the street and go in. Have in your purse the following: a gun, duct tape, eyes and ears, and handcuffs. Okay, this
thing is so detailed.
This is starting to sound a little bit more specific and like they're up to something. Find out who will miss her and when.
Oh.
Huh? All right.
Hey, quick question, Tex. Hope you're doing well. Would you miss this person if they were gone out of nowhere? Just taking a survey.
That's a little concerning. Find out about Kay. When did they talk last? When were they together? Gag and blindfold and deafen the person. Go out and get box and straps, on and on and on. And then it talks about transferring everything to the SUV. Don't rush this. And
begin to buy gold.
Begin to buy gold.
Go up a little bit.
Uh-huh.
It said something about set up Ring cameras with somebody's phone. Was he planning on monitoring this?
Maybe. I don't know. Secure all doors and windows. Secure guest bedroom. Set up Ring cameras with JS's phone. Begin to buy gold. And it just goes on like every step of what this guy was going to do. When leaving after sweeping the house after bleaching, place K's fingerprint on the toilet lead. Like, homeboy wrote down every step of what he was going to do in this case and how he was going to do it. And it was on this binder that he left behind. I think this guy might be toast. I think this might be an actual solid case.
Against print, put in jail forever.
This one is a little more solidly based in evidence. So there we go.
In a crime that involved a large fire, you might have, I don't know, put those notes in the fire.
Yeah,
those are pretty damning notes there.
You really
aside
could
from
have.
the financial advice.
You're right. You really, truly could have done that. Let us know what you think. Send us a dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. I hope they get him. It seems like this is the guy, and he seems like a pretty terrible human being, all told. Before we get to you,
if this is not the guy, he killed somebody else. You got to find out who else he killed.
Yeah, you just haven't found the crime he committed. He did commit a crime, and you know it, but you haven't found the crime just yet. All right, we have a lot of clips to get through today. I've got a ton of stuff teed up and ready to go. We'll get to some of those, including some Trump clips coming up in just a bit. Also, a father who's getting a whole load of heat. But I feel like this is really misplaced outrage. However, I want to see what everybody thinks about this. And I'll play it for you. We'll go over it together, and we'll get a little judgy. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
This weekend, Real Radio 104.1 smells like the 90s. Classic alternative this weekend on Real Radio 104.
Chance of a stray shower or two, only a 10% chance at that. These will be very isolated, if any can get going at all. Temperatures overall will be a couple of degrees below normal, a high of only 85 today in Orlando. Otherwise, we heat things up for the rest of this week with highs in the low to mid 90s, even into early next week. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
If you're shopping for hurricane impact windows, do yourself a favor, take a second and get a free quote from my friends at Reese Windows and Doors. They've been installing affordable, high-quality impact windows all over Florida and beyond for over 50 years. They're experts at it, and most impact windows at Reese installed in just 6 to 8 weeks. And right now, when you buy 2 windows, you get the third one free. Installation is included. For more information, to win free windows...
Go, Mike. All right, I gotta do a count here, but the Skull Mike Squad stickers are going pretty fast. A lot of you have gifted subs. Thank you so much for doing that.
Putting you up.
Thank you for spreading the word. Oh, Cassie is currently testifying in the Diddy case, by the way. It's happening right now. Let me see here. Oh, my neck and my back. Okay, we got a lot of new subs. By the way, I don't often say this, but if you're not a subscriber to Secret Shows, just subscribing, if you subscribe, it allows you to claim the same thing. So when you claim a magnet for subscribing, you can also get the Skull Mike Squad sticker in a magnet as a little bonus gift. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I can't see all these coming in. Load emails. 9. I would assume 10, 11. Probably about 15 or 20 of them gone so far. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I'll be sure to thank everybody by your username on air here momentarily. But every gifted sub is a Skull Mike Squad sticker. And man, did they come out cool. I might put this on my laptop. Dig it. Can you dig it? Boom. Boom. We're a tight-knit family over here, baby, so let's all rep together. And again, if you don't want to gift a sub, but you'd rather just subscribe yourself, you can do that and claim the magnet and sticker afterwards. Just make sure you claim it. Ryan, thank you. Can't see the sticker from the Skull Mic. You can't, no, not from here. This is a long distance. But without spoiling anything, I can tell you there are some upgrades coming to the studio. Some upgrades that will include some more Skull Mic upgrades, let's say. Before the end of the year. Some big new additional features for the Skull Mic Squad. All right, we are coming back right now, friends. Here we go.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
At Rasmussen University, we offer a full suite of nursing programs from pre-licensure to doctoral, online and on campus. Programs vary by campus. Learn more at rasmussen.edu/Florida.
The most viral newsroom on the planet is still humming along. This is
subscriptions for the folks who hang out during the breaks on the stream where I talk to them. The Skull Mike Squad, as they're known. There's a brand new sticker that you get as a bonus for any gifted subs, so you can go check that out. I tweeted it out yesterday, but a ton of people have already gifted more. And if you're not a subscriber, go claim them. There's a whole bunch of them over there on thenewsjunkie.com for you to get behind the wall and see what's going on in the world of secret shows. All right, I want to watch this, and let's get judgy. Let's get a little judgy together. Right. It's okay.
I'm ready.
Sealand, you're a parent of a young child. I want to see what your opinion is of this in particular, and we'll just weigh in and chime in and see what we think. But there's a video going what I would call mega viral right now. This is when something just, to the moon. And it's this guy who may be the grandpa or the dad. I don't know. He looks a little bit older. Of this young kid. Sealand, it's hard to see, but what do we think? He's maybe like 8 months old, a year old?
Maybe a little older than that. Yeah.
Around a year. Yeah. Okay, so let's say he's a year old. Let's say this little baby's a year old. The dad is holding him, or the grandpa, we don't know, is holding the baby, and
or it could
he's
be
got
like
him
6 months old, just a real big chunkster like my kid.
Point is, he's a little guy, and dad or grandpa is holding him and cradling him, and what happens in this video has sent people saying CPS needs to be called.
I already have an idea what it's going to be, but
I'm excited.
Let's
I
dive
have no
in.
idea.
All right, here we go. Takes the baby, rocks him.
3.
Oh. Drops him into a pile of leaves.
Yay!
And then he digs in and
Kid's
gets
like,
the little
what the
guy.
hell did you do to me, grandpa/dad?
And the little kid did cry for 1 millisecond. But just so you know, when you're listening to this, there's a big pile of leaves. I would say it's about like maybe waist high. and very, very loose leaves. And it's almost like a thing of quicksand. When he tosses the baby into it, he sinks all the way down, and the baby disappears, and he has to dig them like a ball pit. He has to dig them out of the leaves.
I think he wasn't expecting the baby to disappear. He probably expected the baby to just like fall like onto the leaves, and then be cushioned by.
Oh, and he's gone.
But he's sunk, man.
It's like he went into a portal.
Baby? No, baby.
And then he digs them out real quick.
Yay!
And the kid was crying for just a second. And then the kid's fine, you know? The kid afterwards is like, I'm okay. Everything's fine. You got me out. And all
he purposely did the yay thing to
distract.
Which I do, all the time.
I will never forget. I went to a party in which there was a little kid who, older, I would say maybe Jackson's age.
Mm-hmm.
And then this dog at the house, tiny little sweet dog, air quotes, and went and
Carl? It was Carl?
It wasn't Carl. Carl loves children. But like snipped at the kid. And maybe this is the parent inside me that's not a parent yet, but I go, surprise, yay! And everyone like caught on guard because the kid was about to start wailing.
Oh, you could fool him.
And they were like, no, that was exciting and not a bad thing. And please don't euthanize the dog because you're screaming, crying.
Yeah,
it's over now.
I honestly believe with all my heart that 9/10 of this stuff is about your reaction to it. All right? I believe that 9/10 of this stuff is your reaction to it. And somebody said, at least he didn't throw a glass of water on him. Yes, I know. I got it.
Oh, what was that trend, though, at the end of last year when they were weren't they wiping snow off?
Yeah, with the babies.
Yeah, they were doing these things. The water references that when Dylan was young, he was jumping on a trampoline one day, a little tiny trampoline on my parents' back patio. And when I walked by, I got an intrusive thought just to throw the glass of water at him. And I did because I thought it was going to be funny. And he cried, and I felt so bad about it. And I apologize profusely. But when you watch stuff like a little kid,
your entire life.
When I watch stuff like a little kid like this get tossed into this big pile of leaves by this guy, there's nothing wrong with this, right? There's nothing wrong with this. This is a bunch of weirdos who most of them don't have kids, I think, who look at something like this and goes, "This is abuse. How could this guy do this?"
CPS on the line now.
When I was a little kid, back in my day,
1928.
When I was a little kid, and I don't think I'm alone here. I don't know. I'm about 50% sure the both of you have been through this too. My dad used to do this thing where we were in the pool, and he would pick me up and he would throw me way up in the air.
I
and
do
that
it to my
splash.
son.
Very fun to do.
And that kids love it, and they think it's the greatest thing, and they're having fun. Yeah. It's called playing with your kid. It's called having little fun experiences with your child.
We do
this
couch
kid
wrestling.
Isn't in danger.
Me and Jackson do a little couch wrestling, especially if there's a nice big blanket to just,
it's fun
slam
to
him
throw
onto.
kids.
Yes, it is.
It's fun to throw kids. Yeah,
it's fun. It's fun to throw kids into soft things. My dad used to always also take me and he'd go over my parents' waterbed when I was a little kid, and he'd throw me in a plop down on the waterbed.
They did the same with your mom.
That's a little more hard of a hit.
How messed up is that?
Landing on a waterbed is a little harder of a hit than.
I was fine. We don't need a bunch of pussy kids.
I'm not against it. I'm just saying,
No,
of all the things,
kids.
of all the things that we mention here, a waterbed can be a pretty big smack.
Sealand, what's your verdict? Throwing a kid into a big old pile of leaves and then pulling him out, even if he cries for a millisecond, is this something bad?
If you just raked up those leaves and they haven't been sitting there for a long time, I think it's not that big of a deal. I think
it's not.
I think he probably did not expect the kid to sink all the way in there, which would have frightened the kid and frightened the parents at the same time, and it would have been like, oh, I don't know why they released the video. Maybe they thought it was cuter than it was troublesome.
It's just fun. I think they're just like having fun.
Yeah.
And everybody online is so weird, especially about kids. Some of you have gone so far into this bracket of like anything is abuse with a kid. Like a kid should have like full autonomy, and if you're going to take a picture of the kid, you got to ask them and ask for like, can I pat you on your head right now? Like get all of this consent from a child, and like never make jokes or throw the kid into a ball pit. Like you're living a weirdo life. It's totally normal to do fun things. It's totally normal to play around with your kid and experience life with them. It's not weird.
And like I said, if the pile of leaves had been there for a while, you don't know what's decided to house up inside it. It might be a little troublesome.
But I think some people are even saying like he's going to get sick from the leaves.
Oh, come on.
He's also going to get sick from crawling and the germs around there.
He's a little kid. They lick arm railings, for God's sake. They lick handrails. They don't care about that kind of stuff. This is all like the crowd parenting. And if you're a parent, I say this to every single parent right now of a young kid, Sealand included, don't listen to the crowd. The crowd is a bunch of dumb people. Most of them don't have kids. If they do, they're probably dumbasses. They probably raised little monsters, and so they think you're going to do the same thing. Have fun with your kid. Play around with them. Do this stuff. And
shut off the power to your entire house.
Being a father is easy. These were commercials that used to air on the station. But Sabrina is right to say, like, in these moments, your reaction matters more than almost anything. If you pull the kid out of the pile of leaves and you're like, oh my God, are you okay? Then the kid's going to think it was a bad thing.
Yeah.
But if you pull the kid out and you're like, hey, how you doing, little buddy?
Awesome. In those
you did it.
leaves.
That's fun. It's fun stuff. Is fun dead? Are we not doing this anymore? Are parents not allowed to have fun? R.I.P. fun with your kids? I don't think so. I would hope not. But let us know what you think. Throwing your kid in a pile of leaves. Bad parenting or no? Send your dispatch over at thenewsjunkie.com. A lot of people talking about a Trump presser yesterday. He had some lines that people thought stood out. Let's see what we got here. Here's one of them. Here's Trump talking at this press conference in Washington.
The rest of the world's going to have to pay a little bit more, and America's going to pay a lot less. Again, because it's a much smaller population than when you think of the whole world. So basically what we're doing is equalizing. There's a new word that I came up with, which I think is probably the best word. We're going to equalize.
Write that down. New word.
This was like yesterday when we were talking. I said, yeah, I came up with Spooky Dookie. And Courtney Bout kicked the door to the studio down. And she was like, I came up with Spooky Dookie. And I'm like, I know. I was just messing around. Holy cow. Trump came up with this word.
It's such a great word that I think maybe one day you won't even have to spell the word out. It'll just be, there'll be a symbol.
Yep, when you open up the dictionary, it'll be made up by Donnie Trump. Thank you.
Equalizing. It's almost like there's a whole series of Equalizer movies or something.
The whole world. So basically what we're doing is equalizing. There's a new word that I came up with, which I think is probably the best word. We're going to equalize. We're all going to pay the same. We're going to pay what Europe's going to pay. We're going to all pay. Now, there may be some...
All right, it's a brand new word. Use it with your friends. Use it in conversation. Equalizing. I think I'm getting it right. Equalizing is the new word.
I think that in the preparation up to this point and the execution of the new executive order and all the pharmaceutical stuff, nobody had ever said equalizing. We're equalizing around him. So he just landed on that word. And he's like, that's a new word for me.
I'm using it now. I made it up.
We haven't been using it, but I came up with it.
Nobody dares tell him that. Like,
it's been in the dictionary, Mr. President, for a
Somebody
while.
said, no, Sean, Trump came up with Spooky Dookie. If Trump did a presser this week and he's like, look, the whole tariffs thing, it's Spooky Dookie.
And then Courtney kicks down the door at the White House.
I'm not giving him credit for that. I'm not going to let him take that, unfortunately. Here's another line from the press conference that people liked. Here we go.
I mean, I'll tell you a story. A friend of mine who's a businessman, very, very, very top guy. Most of you would have heard of him.
Top guy.
Highly neurotic, brilliant businessman, seriously overweight, and he takes the fat shot.
He takes the fat shot.
And he called me up, and he said, President, he calls me, he used to call me Donald, now he calls me President, so that's nice respect. But he's a rough guy, smart guy.
I'm
very
so many
successful,
adjectives.
very rich. I wouldn't even know how we would know this, but because he's got comments. President, could I ask you a question? What? I'm in London, and I just paid for this damn fat drug I take. I said, it's not working. He said, I just paid $88 And in New York, I pay $1,300. What the hell is going on?
Who is he talking about? And is that his friend or he hates the guy?
He's got a fat friend. He said friend, so I'm assuming that they like each other.
He's neurotic, fat,
he started
very
off
smart businessman.
President, I bought this drug for $88. Well, buy more of it. Buy more of it, fatso.
If he didn't say friend at the beginning, I really would have thought this would have been somebody he really doesn't like.
I mean, I'll tell you a story. A friend of mine who's a businessman, very, very, very top guy. Most of you would have heard of him. Highly neurotic,
not about him.
Brilliant businessman, seriously overweight.
Seriously overweight.
That's so embarrassing.
The shot's not working for him. He used that as a little story to tell about how stuff is more expensive in different countries.
That's
medicine.
a fat shot.
The fat shot is more expensive in the United States than it is in England. And it's tough because when he talks about the fat shot, there's a lot of different fat shots these days. A lot of different brands, a lot of different things, a lot of different price points. Some of them are not crazy bad, just in terms of the overall cost. I mean, it's going to be expensive if you don't have any money to toss around at something like this. But some of them are not too bad. And some of them are much more expensive. I think Monjaro tends to be pretty pricey. Yeah, I don't know. Overall, his point is that drugs are more expensive in the United States and they shouldn't be, hence his executive order yesterday. What do you think? Who's he talking about? Let us know. Send us a dispatch. Go to thenewsjunkie.com and hit record on your first dispatch right now. When we come back, we got this new bombshell about Biden that we got to get into at some point, and the Pope, some good Pope drama coming up. Cassie is on the stand right now in the Diddy trial. Are there any exciting things happening there? We'll tell you as they come in. And we got a whole lot more to get to. It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Support the arts and local artists at the Orlando Fringe Festival with over 100 shows happening now through May 26th. Get more info at orlandofringe.org.
Emergency crews are clearing up an accident, partially blocking the ramp from Florida's Turnpike southbound to I-4. There's emergency crews on the roadways blocking lanes eastbound and westbound on New York Avenue at Grand Avenue. There's slowdowns on Orange Blossom Trail near the ramp junction where Florida's Turnpike and the Beach Line meet. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-6768.
Go, Mike Squad. Quick announcement. Quick and important announcement. Oh, my shoulder. Oh. Damn it, man. Oh, quick announcement. Important announcement. If you are gifting subs or subscribing to secret shows, after the gifting process or after you subscribe, please make sure you're careful and you click the button to claim your gift. All right, it's going to tell you to click and claim your magnet, which will come along with the Skull Mike Squad sticker. And you have to do that. Otherwise, you're not going to end up on my fulfillment list. Now, if you have gifted a magnet and didn't claim it, I can double check with the list and I can still get you what you're owed. So if you forgot to hit claim and put in your address and all your information, email tips@thenewsjunkie.com, all right? And if you see anybody else complaining about not getting theirs, tell them tips@thenewsjunkie.com. But some people are forgetting to actually go through with the claim to make sure you get yours. But I think about 25 of these are gone already. So 1/4 of them are gone. What'd you guys think of the dad and the leaves? Abuse or not abuse? There's too many soft-ass people who want to be internet parents, e-parents, who watch fun stuff online and now decide that they're going to police parenting for other people, which is maybe the most private thing that you can do is how you parent your children. It is nobody else's business as long as you are within the law and doing the right thing. There is nobody else's business on the line. But people do it. Oh, I'm dying. Okay. Janine says it was cute. It was. It was just a fun thing. It's just a fun little video. And anytime somebody sees like a video of a little kid crying, it goes, oh my God. As if you are supposed to be born and then come of age and then like reach maturity, in quotes, at 18 and never have any moments of like crying or, you know, fun ribbing with your family. Like all of that equals abuse. That's ridiculous. That's preposterous. Reject that assertion. Tell people that they're dumb when they tell you it. Make people feel bad for dumb takes. Normalize bullying dumb takes, please. And that's one of them. Y'all make me laugh. Can we be glad we can laugh? I think we should be. You should be laughing. You should be enjoying your life. And if somebody you know is not, and they're like all wrapped up in all political things or whatever craziness, then try to set them straight. Make sure they're enjoying their lives. You only get one. Unless you're a cat. Sharkbite says, toughen up these little kids. I'm tired of the drama they produce. True. It's good as a kid to face like different things that make you a bit tougher. Don't help your kid out with everything, every step of the way. They're never going to be self-sufficient if you don't do that. Like little trials and tribulations in life. I'm not talking about money-wise. I'm talking about just little roadblocks and things that you run into. Let your kid fight through those. It makes them stronger. Two minutes. By the way, I nuked that guy from yesterday. I think I perma-nuked him. First it was a 24-hour ban, but then I went back and I was like, some of these people I just got to nuke out of orbit for a while. So I believe he's totally nuked. So rip that guy. Rip that guy. Mr. Predicto, will that guy ever come back? Will he ever be back in chat?
You can rely on that.
Son of a bitch. I said no. I said no. We're coming back. Ow. Here we go.
So you get the best possible value, as much as $10,000 over Kelley Blue Book fair market value. Wondering what your trade is worth? Get your appraisal online at greenwaykias.com or visit us at East Colonial, West Colonial, and 1792 North in Longwood. I'm Joe Rossi, and Greenway Kia proudly thanks all active and retired military members for your service.
All factory rebates to dealer, negative equity refinanced.
Spring is here, the perfect season to give your aging roof the attention it deserves. Florida's highest rated roofer is here to help. Save up to $2,000 this season. Get started at jannyroofing.com.
Offer only applies on full roof replacement. Expires May 31st, 2025.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Want to win $15,000 in new impact windows from Reese Windows? Pick up your phone and text the word WOW to 20129. That's WOW to 20129.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Portions of the following program were pre-recorded.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. W-I-N. WIN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Where breaking news meets broken people. This is the News Junkie.
What's that mean? Well, it's when you spread the word, hopefully. Hopefully we make some sort of an impact on you and you're having fun. You should be. And if you're not, we're not doing our job. We'll try harder as the show goes on. But we hope you are. And if you are, spread the word. Tell somebody about the News Junkie radio show or podcast, or follow us. Go to thenewsjunkie.com/share. I saw one of the most viral posts in the last 24 hours. It's a pretty dead-on take. I'm not going to say it's not a dead-on take, but I'm going to ask you if this is you or if this is not you. One of the top posts online in the last couple of days here is, boomers will literally wait in a hotel line to tell somebody at the front desk that they're checking out instead of just going home.
Oh, yeah, and that's a boomer move.
I'm like, that is very, very, very true. Like, this is how my dad would even do this when he didn't need to do it anymore. He'd go, we got to go downstairs and check out. And then the whole family like lines up, and you got all your
despite the printed invoice they slid under your door, you still want to go check out.
Now you don't have to do anything, everybody. You don't have to do it. Even the boomers out there, you don't have to do that. You could just leave. It's beautiful.
I still do it sometimes.
What?
Do you?
Why?
What, you bring back the room card?
Yeah.
Yeah, just do you just do it for the socialization?
Listen, if I had never...
It's a new word. I just made that up.
Oh, good. I think
Put it in the dictionary, Fatso.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sometimes I just like to make sure they don't need anything else. It's a habit. I'm surprised. I'm surprised my wife doesn't like tell me like I go. I'm going to go downstairs and check out. I'm surprised she doesn't say anything like, "Hey, dummy, I work in hotels. You don't have to do that anymore."
Is it possible she wants a little break from you? And she's like,
actually, you should head out early. I know that the line's going to be thick.
But if I hadn't gone downstairs to check out that fateful morning, I would never have seen the biggest breasts I've ever seen in my entire life.
Your wife
and
made
you
a
get
huge
a free
mistake.
cookie.
Your wife made a huge mistake.
She made a mistake by not being there. To witness them in person.
Says, I go down and turn in my room card. Why do you people do that? You don't have to do that anymore.
Nah, dog. Nah.
All you need to do is leave a handful of bucks up there for the poor people who got to clean out your room. And I don't mean poor monetarily, though I do.
No, it just sucks for them.
I mean, it sucks that they got to go in your room and clean up all the crap that you've left behind, all your towels on the floor, all that stuff. But you can blaze out of there. You can get the hell out of there. You don't have to wait anymore. Old people aren't used to this newfangled world, and they don't take all of the tips that you could to make life just a little bit better.
Probably have a quarter for the housekeepers.
Some of them might. I
find a quarter.
For a long time, I didn't leave anything because I didn't know you were supposed to do that. But now I'm up to snuff with all the latest things I'm supposed to do. Forgive me, my shoulder is murdering me right now. Okay, we'll be good.
What'd you do last night? Rock out?
No, I just slept wrong. Slept wrong, and it's just something's pinched in there. But we'll be okay. A bunch of you are chiming in with your dispatches. Send yours over at thenewsjunkie.com. Thenewsjunkie.com. And this is Yogi, who is talking about it's respectful to do this. It's not boomer, it's respectful, all right?
It's just polite to stop at the desk to return your key card so the housekeeping can flip the room instead of guessing if you're still there.
Interesting point.
They don't guess,
Decent
they
point.
knock, and they say housekeeping. And I say, I'm not ready. I'm naked.
I believe, and I might be wrong, I'm always putting myself out there to be wrong. I do not have extended knowledge in this area. In fact, C-Lane's wife might know, and you might know. I don't know. Text us if you know, if you work at a hotel. As far as I know they can tell when you open and close the door to your room. So I would assume that they could just tell that you have left if it's around checkout time and your door has closed.
That seems like it wouldn't matter because you wouldn't know what time somebody was leaving versus somebody was just going to the continental breakfast.
Or getting ice or something. Kevin on YouTube says, when was the last time you stayed at a hotel, Sean? I stay at hotels all the time. And I've learned two things recently at hotels. Number one, a lot of hotels, even nice ones, have stopped making the fancy room cards, especially the ones that have the name of the hotel on them. They tend now to use white ones because people were getting robbed and then somebody would come back with their room key and get into their room. the little pouch thing would have like the room number,
Right.
and it would give them access to these people's stuff. So they stopped doing that, number one. And number two, you don't have to check out. You don't have to do it. You just go down there and you walk right out the front door. It's such a beautiful experience if done that way. And then if you go to the Bahamas, and this is a true story, when we went to Hopetown with Moses, I don't know if you guys experienced this too. We all went to Hopetown together. Myself, Sabrina Sealane, Mo DeWitt, bunch of people. And in Hopetown in the Bahamas, it's a very small area. I stayed at this hotel. And when you check in, it's still old school. Like the person wrote my name down in a little book.
Yeah. Did you get a key?
They gave me the key to the like an actual
like
key.
A key?
Yeah. And they're like, you're in bungalow, whatever. And okay, you sure? Yeah, go ahead. And they said, if you need anything, just ask. Okay. And so when we were going to leave that place, this was 6-8 years ago, I said to the front desk person, I don't know what we do. Here's the key, because it's an actual key to the room. We're checking out. They go, all right, see you later. And we got home, and I looked and I go, they didn't charge me for the hotel room. That's weird. About 4 months went by. I'm like, I still haven't been charged for this hotel room. 6 months later, they charged me for that hotel room.
Oh, wow.
And
Okay,
I said,
that's a little delayed.
in the Bahamas, I think they're so slow at working, they just pile up like 6 months of them. They go, all right, here we go. It's TPS reports day. Let's get all these through. And
that's about how long it took to get a cocktail at that hotel.
It is about the same, yeah. Oh, man. Remember that bartender?
Rest in peace.
R.I.P. R.I.P.
I was in Scrubs. I'll
Yeah,
get
there
your
was
drink in 45 minutes.
There was a bartender at the place we were going to there who was the worst bartender ever, but he was the nicest guy. And he was in an episode of Scrubs that was filmed at that hotel in Hopetown. And he would tell you about it. And then he took modern pop songs and turned them into being about Hopetown.
Yeah. Walking in Hopetown.
Yeah, he would sing Walking in Memphis by Mark Cohn, and he'd be walking around the bar very slowly, getting your conch fritters and your drink, which delicious drinks. But he'd be like, yeah, we're walking in Hopetown. And he'd walk around and sing. Every song would be redone to being about Hopetown. What a place. What a time. Very bad at billing, though. All right, let's see what we got here. Here is Popcorn Fart wants to talk about caring for children. Really? All right, here we go.
Yoski Chodge checking in quickly about the baby in the leaf pile. Having not seen the video because I'm working, some of us, actually have jobs to do. No, seriously though. I have not seen the video. I from the way you guys describe it and the baby's reaction and the father or grandfather's reaction, it all sounds fine to me. No harm, no foul. The baby's just fine. No reason to cancel this guy or take his kid away or whatever. It's not like he's a total asshole and threw water in the kid's face.
All right, I've already done this one.
Human animal does that to their child and calls himself a father.
You tell one story on the radio about how you threw water at your son's face, and you're the biggest nightmare out there. You're a total lunatic, a disaster of epic proportions. Story of my life. By the way, I'm putting this up on See It Now right now. That's why I'm kind of weird blabbing, but I'm putting the photo in the video up of the guy who they called him an abuser. They said, you can't do this. What are you doing?
Send him to jail.
It's ridiculous. It was a fun little thing he did with this baby where he tossed him into a pile of leaves. Baby tossed in leaves. Bingo, bango. It's up there now on thenewsjunkie.com. When we talk about something visual, I do my best to pop it up on the website, and that one is there now for you to take a peek. Even you, Popcorn Fart, thank you for the dispatch. All right, last one for now. Here is a Bombing Range Kevin. All right.
Okay.
Hey, junkies. When my daughter was a toddler, she was going for her annual shots at the pediatrician. And when the nurse gave her shot in her thigh, my daughter tears up a little bit, and then she starts clapping and going, yay! The nurse looked at us like we were freaking nuts, but it's how you raise them.
Good.
Love ya.
That's what you should do.
Yeah,
Little
just
kids
practice
don't
giving
know.
shots to your kids at home.
Yeah, practice shots are the way to go. And then for the real-time thing, everybody's all set and fantastic.
Jack
Timmy
likes to clap for stuff that wasn't huge accomplishments. He claps for himself.
Yeah,
for things that weren't huge accomplishments.
You do that for him too, though, don't you? Like, oh, you burped. Yay.
Once in a while.
When you're a kid, you get applause for everything.
He doesn't think
It's
burps
fun.
are funny yet.
No?
I don't know when
Does he
that
have a sense
start?
of humor?
Not really.
He'll get with it. Tammy says, who said abuser? One jerk? Yeah, probably. But there are people who do this. They overjudge every parenting move you could ever make. They think that it takes a village to raise a child, and so their input is welcome in all these circumstances. I think raising a child is a very private experience between you and your partner and the child. And as long as you're not breaking any laws or rules or treating the kid in some way that is abusive, people should mind their own damn businesses. And there's far too little of that going on out there. Everybody just puts their nose in everything they possibly can. Okay, a couple of things to work in. I missed this moment. Makes me worry about our country and about the intellect out there. I don't know if you guys saw this. It is Wheel of Fortune. All right, both of you, here you go. Look at the puzzle here and see if you can solve it. You got it, Zealand?
Yep. Renting a pedal boat.
Okay.
Renting a pedal boat. Look at him. You should be on the show.
Ringing a... I can't even make up because it's clearly pedal.
Yep. Renting a pedal boat, right? Renting a pedal boat, PEDAL, is the solution to this. And they can already see this, Sabrina and Zealand. And they're not geniuses. They can see this just by taking a look at the puzzle here. And let's see how it goes with the rest of the contestants. Maybe Sabrina and Sealane should be on Wheel of Fortune.
O.
There is an O, yeah.
All right, we got an O.
Anything else?
Now it's even easier.
I'd like to solve.
Okay.
Renting a paddle boat.
No, that is not correct.
Idiot.
Dawn, it's your turn.
Sorry.
Hey, pause.
Yeah.
Is this Celebrity Wheel of Fortune?
I don't know. Was that a
I
celebrity's
believe
voice?
that was last night. Yeah.
Yeah, because that's Pat Sajak hosting, and he.
This is a throwback. Yeah.
No, it's not. No, Pat Sajak is hosting Celebrity Wheel of Fortune.
Oh,
They're
does he
using
do
AI?
that? Oh, I honestly thought he died. He didn't. He just retired, right?
Yeah.
Okay,
Alex
sorry.
Trebek died.
Okay.
I didn't mean to kill him off.
So
All right.
confused.
He's back. So it's renting a pedal boat. And that person thought it was paddle. Paddle has more D's in this, but they got it wrong.
Way more D's.
Here we go.
500.
T.
Yes, 2 T's.
All right, that's up there. T and boat. T and renting.
Lots of D's, 2
I'd like to
T's.
buy an E.
Mm-hmm.
Oh.
There are 2 E's.
That only leaves one letter out.
And no more vowels.
I'd like to solve.
Yeah.
Renting a paddle boat.
No, that's not.
That's brutal,
oh my
man.
God. Are you serious?
It's clearly pedal boat, but everybody is thinking paddle boat. And there's one letter missing, and they're still getting it wrong.
Michelle, you have $3,000. You can spin again, but you don't
the
have
Wicked
to.
Witch of the West?
Yes. Here she goes.
600. What letter do you want?
M.
No.
M, she said. A pedum boat? What's going on here? Nobody got it. It's right there. It makes me wonder if we need to reboot the whole thing, all of human existence right now.
It goes towards charity, Sean.
A fresh start is always good from time to time. Maybe this is time for it. Okay, we want to see what you think. Join us with your dispatches on the show. Go to thenewsjunkie.com right now, thenewsjunkie.com. Also, grab the gifted subs that are available over there, because right now people are donating them, gifting these subs for you to be a Secret Show subscriber for a month, and getting these new Skull Mike Squad stickers that are coming along with the magnets you get for signing up. So grab those or donate your own. You'll see the gift icon if you want to get one of these at thenewsjunkie.com. The book dropping a bombshell about former President Biden and what happened behind the scenes with him. Also, an anonymous email about the air traffic controller stuff. That as well. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show. Like a bar fight with microphones. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's a crash partially blocking the ramp from Florida's Turnpike southbound to I-4. Keep an eye out for emergency vehicles on the roadways. There's an accident off to the shoulder getting cleared up on I-4 eastbound approaching John Young Parkway. All lanes are blocked on New York Avenue, eastbound and westbound at Grand Avenue. Just travel with caution this afternoon. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
Folks, let me tell you about QC Kinetics. It's an amazing company. They're helping people just like you out who are struggling with back pain. Me today, shoulder pain. I'm with that. Hip pain, all of it gone with QC Kinetics in their non-surgical relief for joint pain. They have over 50,000 satisfied patients, and what they're doing is nothing short of remarkable. They are helping you repair old tissue and give your joints new life. And the best part about this is with QC Kinetics, you got no drugs, no surgery, no downtime. It's an all-natural cellular level option with lasting relief. And by the way, the consultation is free, so you're not putting anything at risk here. What you can do is enjoy your summer without being slowed down by joint pain, back pain, knee pain, back pain, all of it. Said back pain twice, but you get the point. Call QC Kinetics right now. Learn more about how they can help you live your best life. It is a free consultation. Here's the phone number for QC Kinetics, 689-244-7980. Ask them how they can help you out with your back pain. 689-244-7980.
Seminole Hard Rock Tampa is giving away a brand new Ford every Tuesday this May. Winners will choose between the 2025 Ford Mustang GT or the F-150 Hybrid. Earn entries by playing your favorite slots and table games with your Unity card from April 29th through May 27th. Plus, receive one free entry every day in May. Not a Unity by Hard Rock member? Sign up today and you'll get up to $200 free play on us. Get in on the action. Only at Seminole Hard Rock Tampa. Gambling problem? Call 1-888-ADMIT-IT.
Sunnyside drains.
Water is backing up from my drains, and there's a nasty smell coming from them.
Ooh-wee, that is bad.
Wait, how are you smelling it too?
You should call someone about that.
I should have called Frank Gay. I'm calling Frank Gay.
When your drains are backed up, you need a highly skilled technician who's not afraid to get a little dirty. That's the Frank Gay way.
That's the Frank Gay way.
FrankGayServices.com.
Here in Orlando, we know life doesn't slow down for anything, especially a broken garage door. Since 2002, Precision Garage Door has been proudly serving the Orlando community. Local and reliable, that's what makes us different. Our vans are fully stocked, so when you call, our fully vetted techs are ready to provide you with same-day service. Whether it's a stuck door or a snap spring, we got you covered right when you need it most. We know a broken garage door can't wait, which is why we're always prepared to help by keeping our vans fully stocked. Call Precision Garage Door today or visit us online to schedule your repair. Precision Garage Door. Garage doors done right.
For over 30 years, Fence Outlet has been here to help you create an outdoor oasis where memories are made and dreams come alive. Let Fence Outlet partner with you to turn your backyard into your favorite destination. Go to fenceoutlet.com today to schedule your free professional estimate. License number C10252 and C10803.
If you're the victim of a car crash, never rush to settle with the insurance companies and never settle for just any attorney. Demand Anna Jar Levine. Call 1-800-747-FREE for a free consultation and take back control of your life.
In Office Orlando.
Go, Mike! Let's go, Mike Squad. Anybody watch The View? Trying to locate my next band targets. Anybody watch The View? View yes or view no? Anybody brave enough to say they actually watch The View? I would never ever watch The View, just for the record. Not because it's partisan, which it absolutely is, but because it seems like the collection of maybe the dumbest people to ever discuss controversial issues, topics, and politics ever assembled. It's like the retarded Avengers of daytime television, and I don't even think that's overstating it. They are literally really dumb people with no knowledge base about what they're talking about. But with that said, anybody watch The View? You guys watch The View? No, Sean, I'm sane. Sean is Whoopsie Goldberg. The View is atrocious. Absolutely effing not. I mean, somebody's got to watch it, right? Somebody. Otherwise, they wouldn't be on anymore. Unless everybody's television is broken and stuck to the channel. I asked this because I guess yesterday, Sunny, who's one of the people on the panel, who is kind of obsessed with race stuff, she found out there was some like connections that the Pope had, and then she determined yesterday that the Pope is black. The Pope is black, and he's a great Pope now. And I have to tell you, I watched that Pope reveal. I did the Pope reveal. It was on this show that we revealed the moment that the Pope was announced. And I am not convinced that he's a black man. I don't know if I believe the Pope is black. I think she might be dumb. I think she may be even dumber than anticipated. What do I know? We're coming back.
For Americans.
Made for This Mountain exists to empower listeners to rise above their struggles and face the mountain in front of them. So during Mental Health Awareness Month, focus on your emotional well-being. Tune into the podcast and climb that mountain.
You will never be able to change or grow through the thing that you refuse to identify. The thing that you refuse to say, hey, this is my mountain. This is the struggle.
Listen to Made for This Mountain on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Made for This Mountain.
Look to Orange Buick GMC for your next truck at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website. WIN. W-I-N. WIN. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Real Radio 104.1.
Hear it here first. Then everyone else will catch up in a week or two or four. You're listening.
Coming in, we'll get to at least a couple of them here. We'll get to your dispatches. Those are your recorded message. Whatever's on your mind, you can tell us and send that video or audio message at thenewsjunkie.com. A lot of Pope talk going on chat today. I was mentioning how The View, and I still don't know who watches The View. I don't know why anybody would watch The View. It is as if they have assembled some of the dumbest people on planet Earth to talk about like the most controversial issues every day. And none of them have any idea what they're talking about, but they do it from this large platform where a lot of women watch. Wild over there. But I guess yesterday, I think on The View, I believe they determined that the Pope was black. And I got to tell you, I watched the Pope reveal, and the Pope did not strike me as a black man.
Yeah.
I did not get that vibe.
I mean, I definitely overdosed for some eye checking, but he came off very white.
Yeah, to me, at least. I really... I thought that we were looking at a pretty white Pope, but hold on. Is this the moment here? This might be the moment on the View where they discuss this. This show is so incredibly dumb. I'm not sure how it still exists, but I guess they could still sell commercials on ABC. So do you. That's how you make money.
It's also very interesting to me because President Trump, as you remember, called Haiti a certain...
Okay, don't say it, please. An asshole country.
...type of country. As it turns out, our new American Pope has Haitian and black roots. So we actually have a black Pope.
You should never be able to talk about race again, lady. You are... He's black, everybody. This is every bit the same as, you guys, I'm finally Asian. I'm finally Asian now.
I got the eyes.
I'm Korean now. Where this guy got like some surgeries done, and all of a sudden he's Korean.
Hey guys, I'm Korean now.
Dude, these ladies are weird, and racial discussions get super weird. Let me tell you something I could say unequivocally. All right? If I went and asked 100 black Americans if the Pope was black, You know how many of them would say yes? 0.
Maybe
None.
1. Come on.
None.
It's Americans.
No black people in America around with a microphone are going to be like, the Pope is black. I've seen his white ass on television. He's not black, all right?
If one of those Americans was the woman behind the desk, then you might get a yes.
I don't want her view on anything, okay? And you shouldn't either. How weird. Like, you want to own Trump on his Haiti comment so bad that you're like, the Pope is actually black. Congratulations, he's the first black Pope. And that is very strange. And by the way, that's controversial too, because allegedly there were some African popes way back in the day, and those may or may not have been, we don't know because we don't know what they look like, but may or may not have been black popes previous to all of this. But don't listen to these people. How dumb, how stupid. When I hear all these folks talking about things like race, it makes me go so crazy. I think most people like this idea where we go, hey, we have a shared common experience. We're all Americans. We're trying to get by in the world. And if we could start looking at things through that lens, our world will be better off. All this divisive crap, this nonsense. How can anybody watch this? How can anybody watch CNN these days? I see stuff. I see the clips each day. I don't watch it. But I see the clips on CNN, and it's just them all just like a glass table of people yelling at each other over the dumbest stuff, just the absolute most deranged, dumbest stuff every day, to dwindling audience sizes every single month as they do this. Meanwhile, you're on the other side of this, so let's hear from you. Travis says to tipsofthenewsjunkie.com, real or scam? He said, I deleted the ID and confirmation codes, and he sends along an email that says Lopez voice assistant class action settlement against Apple and Siri.
It's real, my dude.
It's real. Yeah, this is real. Now, I would tell you, make sure you go directly to the website. Don't be clicking the links on emails or anything. The website is linked on See It Now over on thenewsjunkie.com. But that is a real class action suit and real mailbox money that we talked about yesterday on the show.
And if you got the email that's got your confirmation code and everything, it's really easy. You just copy and paste those suckers in, and I claimed my 5 devices yesterday.
Same here, bro.
What did they tell you guys afterwards when you put that in? Did it say anything about how long you might be waiting for your $100? Or
no, I mean, it was a confirmation email, but I imagine it's still going to be a little bit.
Did you have to select Venmo or check?
It was either direct deposit or email check.
Okay, so they just end up sending you something. That's awesome.
Yeah.
What a time to be alive.
The direct deposit and the email check are the 2 faster options. You could opt for a longer time to have a check mailed to you, and it would just take longer to get your monies. But this seems to be pretty cut and dry.
Why would anybody want that?
Because they want to physically see it. They don't trust the internets.
Yeah, maybe. It could be the case. Some people on chat are actually taking the Pope is black as a talking point. Folks, you're lost. I'm not going to help you. That is the whitest man I've ever seen in my life. If white exists as a thing, the Pope is white. All right? Now, I know all these things don't actually exist because it's sort of an invented thing. Based on just grouping people together. But if you think this Pope is a black Pope, I got a bridge to sell you and about 100 black friends I can find that'll help me sell it with you. All right? That is not something that folks are going to be buying into. Anonymous emails about air traffic control to tips@thenewsjunkie.com. They said, according to them, take the radar, for example. The controller working traffic is looking at a display with targets, aka planes. They use something called fused mode as it displays multiple radars to gather information to display. Each radar has 2 channels, A and B. If channel A fails, it'll automatically swap to channel B. If radar is out of service for maintenance or because it's broken, the radars fill the gap in. All right, this is a bunch of technical stuff. Now we get maintenance reports that tell us they're going to take out this stuff. And I look, this is way, I think he may have mentioned this was going to be too technical. I should have read this beforehand. My apologies, Anonymous. I guess you're just complaining about how the systems are working, but this is not going to compute to anybody. Now to the issue. Even with all the redundancies and backups built into FAA systems, they still have to go through an internet connection, as I'm sure you deal with connectivity issues with what you do as well. We do that as well. Oh, so are you talking about actual like internet outages that are affecting the FAA? Just like your internet going down, like your internet provider locally going down? Because that's bad. one would think you would have like a couple of internet backups, you know, maybe even like a Starlink internet backup. So you could like me in the studio here.
Mm-hmm.
I have a fiber line that's coming in. I have a cable line as backup. I used to have a 4G line as a backup, but you can have all of these different things that would be a backup. Nobody said nothing about no fiber line.
Can't believe I got to do that 2 days in a row.
I gave you the perfect opportunity 2 days in a row to use that thing. But despite the fact that people aren't even asking about my fiber line. I gave you another opportunity. You missed it. Sorry.
You can't overdo a good thing.
My fiber line. What? Nobody said nothing about no fiber line. Has a backup. And at the FAA, they should have even more than I do. They should have a lot more than that. All right. Follow up, though, with an email. Make it a little more easy for me to spread the word to everybody.
Explain it like I'm 5.
Yeah, please. Because I don't know the ongoing back and forth of your everyday at FAA. So make that clear. Go to thenewsjunkie.com, thenewsjunkie.com. When we come back, the next episode with Sabrina. Go ahead. What's coming up on the next episode?
What's coming up on the next episode? An update on the Tory Lanez stabbing in prison. Rumor has it he's changing his name to Tory Holes. We have new additions to the Video Games Hall of Fame, and unfortunately, no additions to the Gamers Who Touch Boobs Hall of Fame. Plus, Halle Berry spent Mother's Day eating breakfast in bed and opening gifts. Psych! She spent it in bed trying to sell us lubricant. All that and so much more coming up on the next episode.
And that is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Coming up tonight on Real Radio at 7, it's a corporate time with...
Go, Mike! Okay, people getting a little yappy. Who's the person who called me ignorant in the chat? I can't scroll back to see your name. Please tell me what I said that was wrong. I'm waiting. You know who you are. Tell me what I said that was wrong. Go ahead. I want to hear from you. Tell me what I said that was incorrect, ignorant, or wrong. Go ahead. I'm waiting. Go ahead. I'll wait. I think they called you an ignorant slut. No, that's fine. I'll take that. Go ahead. I'm waiting. Tell me where I was wrong. Come on, type a little faster. Especially when it's a bunch of nonsense. Tell me what you're talking about. What is it? What is it that I got wrong? What is ignorant? Go ahead. I'm waiting for you. This is your time to shine. Tell me where I got it wrong. I'm waiting. Tell me where I got it wrong. You're taking a very long time for a very simple response. Dispatch Dan says, sounds like YouTube bullshit. Is this why Twitch is superior? It might be. It could be. I think Twitch is full of more like regular people. You know what I mean? Like just normal human beings. YouTube, yes, 99%, but there's like 1% of YouTube that's weird. Okay, we got nothing? We got no follow-up, no statement of why I was wrong or any of this? Are you just typing dumb shit in chat to get attention for 5 seconds? You pointed out CNN, but you failed to point out Fox News does the same stuff. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it. I'm going to lose it today. You pointed out CNN, but you failed to point out that Fox News does the same stuff.
Are you serious? Is that how your brain works? Like every conversation, everything. I mentioned CNN was full of babbling weirdos because I actually had the clip. That's why I said CNN in particular. I was going to play it, but I didn't have enough time, and it's not really a great clip, so I skipped it. And I just made it a general babble. Do you speak that way? Whenever I bring up one thing, I must bring up every other equivalent thing. Whenever I talk about CNN, I also must say, well, Fox News is doing... By the way, Fox News is not the outlet that's usually arguing about things like this. It's much more a meltdown of radical people on CNN. But is that the way your brain works? Is that the way it works? Like, that's some really basic shit. I don't know. I can't help you out if that's how your brain works. You might be in the wrong spot, buddy. If you're going to do these kind of call-outs, at least have something to it. Please. Jesus. Okay, we're coming back. I'll yell at you in a bit.
Plus, Max, Peacock Premium, Paramount Plus, AMC Plus, and more. And live TV for sports, entertainment, and news. Enjoy across your devices no matter when or where you are. Get Spectrum TV Select and start streaming your favorites today. It's all here. Visit spectrum.com/entertainment. Restrictions apply.
Real Radio is on Instagram at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
The game of magnets. Taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
Day. And that means you, hopefully, I mean, if you don't mind, share the show. Just tell somebody else about the News Junkie radio show, podcast, and live stream, and learn everything you need to know over at thenewsjunkie.com. Alternatively, and this is pretty easy, if you're watching on YouTube, if you're not, get over there. Go hang out and watch the show on YouTube. Hello, everybody. It's a fun way to do things. You can find that at youtube.com/thenewsjunkie, but hit the like button. It takes like one half of a calorie of your time. It's very, very easy for you to do, and it helps us out, honestly. All right, now it's time to get into it. Here we go. Let's do the next episode.
Because there's a lot on TV, and you can't possibly keep up with all of it, even though you should, because what else are you going to talk about?
They were doing drugs.
Nothing. Weather's nice. It's time for the next episode with Sabrina.
Hey, smoke weed every day.
Hold up. The next episode brought to you by That Mortgage Guy Don. ThatMortgageGuyDon.com. That's his website, and that's where you start the process of perhaps buying your first dream home, debt consolidation, refinancing the beautiful dream home you already own, refinancing, starting a business, expanding the business you own, but most importantly, working with an expert that you can trust. He is a friend. He's part of the Real Radio family, and he's taking care of you and your family. So get peace of mind right there at your fingertips by going to ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
Don't miss the boat, compare your quote with ThatMortgageGuyDon.com.
40 years ago, 1985, the very first one of these.
Here goes. Here goes.
Quarter pounder. Big Mac.
And that
McDonald's.
came from McDonald's. 2 points for C-Lane.
Oh.
And it was in 1985, the first McDonald's restaurant became the first fast food business museum.
What?
And the first McDonald's became the first fast food business museum.
Oh, it doesn't seem like a very big museum.
Well, it became,
Doesn't seem like a very big historical point.
well, that's the most exciting thing that happened on this day. I was going to give 3 points if you could give me the state in which it's located.
Illinois?
That is correct. 3 points for Sean.
All right.
Also, some big news. What were you doing on Mother's Day, moms? Perhaps, no, very likely not the same thing as this gal right here.
Halle Berry.
Halle Berry is right.
Oh, good. I saw this, but I didn't dig into it, so I want to know what's going on here.
Oh, let's dig in. Because she posted a video on Mother's Day along with her boyfriend, Van Hunt, and they were in bed. And not just in bed, but fully naked.
Did you say her boyfriend's name is Van Hunt?
Yes.
That is a cool name.
Not to be confused with Mike.
All right. Van Hunt. Okay.
They made it very clear they were about to do the dirty pork smash, make sweet, sweet love. But before the festivities could begin, she pulled out a bottle of lube. And not just any lube, her lube. Like, she is hawking the lube and wants you to buy it. It's
I
called,
see them here. They're like doing a little, pillow talk kind of thing.
Let's Spin. That's what it's called. And it's from Respin, a company that Halle founded to provide products for menopausal women. You got the menopauses? Hit up Halle Berry.
That's a smart move to target directly a pretty big demographic of menopausal women. That's smart,
Also,
I guess.
You don't have to be middle-aged to use Let's Spin. The Respin website says, created with midlife women's evolving needs in mind, Let's Spin also is a product that elevates intimacy for everyone, no matter their gender, age, or life stage. So get some lube all up there.
Oh, God.
Brought to you by Halle Berry. On Mother's Day, this guy right here did something completely different than Halle Berry. He's not big.
Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne is right. And now his girlfriend, or I guess ex-girlfriend, Denise Bedell, she did not have a very happy Mother's Day, as they say it, because Wayne kicked her and her 16-year-old daughter to the curb day of. At least that's what she's claiming in her Instagram video post, that she apparently decided to film off the side of a major highway. But I tried my best with compression and post-production tools.
Wayne literally kicked me and my daughter out on Mother's Day today. And I am just recovering from surgery. I am 5 weeks out from a full mommy makeover. I can't even lift boxes with this.
She said full mommy makeover.
All right.
You know what
that's
that
a lot.
means?
Yeah, that's like when you get like a tummy tuck, you get a bunch of stuff done.
A lot of bobo, a lot of fillers.
And has his assistants and people coming to help kick us out today. And broke up with me on Mother's Day through text. And her birthday's next weekend. And I leave to New York this week for all the Sports Illustrated press. If y'all got lawyer recommendations, please send them.
Yeah. If you have a lawyer that could help bring the breakup to court, let Lil Wayne's ex-girlfriend know.
Were they married?
Nope, just dating.
They don't have a child together?
Living together.
She has a child. I don't know if it's together.
Yeah, her child's birthday's coming up next week, as mentioned, right next to the highway. And to make things worse, she's recovering from that mommy makeover lift, cannot even lift boxes up.
That's
rough. Oh, man.
You think that's rough? Broke up with her via text message.
And sent movers. That was a Tiger Woods move almost.
Hold on, though. Let's kind of powwow on this for one quick second. In 2025, is breaking up via text still bad, considering how much communication goes down via text? Or is it always you should at least pick up the phone?
I feel like when it comes to breakups, unless
do it in person,
it's a paragraph and no more communication following. I guess you have to block the person.
I wouldn't want to do it in person. It seems like that would be rife for all sorts of problems.
Now, do it in a very public place and have an Uber ready.
Yeah, that's
and you're not ordering food.
Hire some law enforcement, maybe.
Get there early enough and say, hey, go ahead and put in garlic rolls and 2 drinks and take my tab now. Great tip for you.
Do you know at the police department, sometimes they have a parking place that you can park in to do an eBay deal or Facebook. They should have one of those for breakups.
That's not a terrible idea.
Pull into it, and then there's a camera, and you're like, hey, we're done. It's over. See you later.
Let's
all right?
do it at our next live broadcast. We'll have a breakup section.
Oh, we should do that. All right, that's good.
Someone who cannot make our next live broadcast and is going to have a hard time just breathing in general is Tory Lanez. We heard yesterday during the show that he was stabbed at a California prison, and now we got some more details. Fully stabbed by another inmate, and lots sidebar.
Shank to shank.
Meyer Shank Racing for the number 60 Honda via the team's ongoing Sirius Saxon.
What was that?
I don't know. I just know that iHeartRadio provides an absolutely free option for listening to us live. Millions of artists and songs right there in the palm of your hands. And
True.
allows you to add us to a preset, especially those with CarPlay and Android Autoplay. Just add us today. The News Junkie and Real Radio. But congratulations to Creed and their big old cars. On the Boob Tube, the third season finale of Will Trent on ABC, we have Joan Rivers, a Dead Funny All-Star tribute. So I guess it's celebrities paying tribute to dead celebrities.
All right. Sounds fun.
We also have the streaming premiere of Novocaine on Paramount Plus, series premiere of Bad Thoughts on Netflix, and series finale, I'm sorry, Sea-Lane, of Andor.
I know.
Oh.
Catch Reba and all her fancy McIntyre on Myers. Follow your dreams. And me on Instagram, at Sabrina Ambra. And most importantly, play it with me on America.
Smoke weed every day.
Thank you, Sabrina. When we come back, we'll talk about new bombshells dropping about President Biden, former President Biden. What are they saying about him? There is a viral video update on that crazy lady who dropped the M-bomb and then got like $500,000.
Oh, more than that.
Way more than that.
It was still going? I haven't looked into that in a while, but
it's past 3/4.
Keep that up so we can talk about it when we get there. But there's a new twist. Baby. There's a twist in that one that I was very surprised about, but we'll see what you think. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
The 2025 Orlando International Fringe Theater Festival is happening now through May 26th. Learn how to fringe now at orlandofringe.org.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
There's an accident getting cleared up, slowing down traffic on the ramp from I-4 to Florida's Turnpike southbound. Keep an eye out for a car stopped on the shoulder on I-4 eastbound approaching the beach line there. There's no accidents affecting your commute this afternoon around the perimeter of I-4. Traffic is up to speed on State Road 429 and the Greenway. But if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change Traffic Tip Line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. A great alternative to a mobile phone for your kids. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get 60% off. Free UPS shipping. Add code radio and get an extra 5% off.
Sunnyside Electric.
Hello, I need a new electrical outlet.
We are learning about pickleball today.
Hello? Hang on. Let me mute this. Hang on, people. Hang on, School Mike Squad. I can't believe you would say that about Polish people. Every time, all these bad things about Polish people. So messed up. Did you see the Skull Mike Squad stickers?
It's cool.
Yeah. Okay, what else? You still got some sweat going on there. No, because it's pooling. It's like, yeah.
On Charisse or Clarice, well, she didn't have any.
Oh, yeah. She had it back here.
Well, yeah, I have that too.
Yeah.
But I don't have boobs on my back.
You don't?
No.
Oh, I do.
Oh.
I got, yeah, little ones. Little boobs on my back. See you later, alligator. Good job. Oh, I got computer stuff coming today, so let me know if you see anything. Okay. Okay, 2 things, Skull Mike Squad. 2 things, all right? You drop a couple of bombs on you. 2 things. One is, I do not control what Sabrina plays during her segment. If she plays any audio that is going to trip up the copyright thing over 6 or 7 seconds, I will hit the copyright thing. Sometimes, and I'll look into this with Sealand, sometimes the copyright thing is getting stuck. I have no idea why, but I'm having to go back in there and put it off. If you guys just say, hey, it's still muted, hey, it's still muted, just when you tell me it's still muted, while I'm talking, I'll go in there and unmute the scene because it's supposed to unmute itself. But I have to do that when copyrighted music is played. Otherwise, the YouTube channel is going to get strikes or lose monetization. And I don't care if that bothers you. It's just how it's going to go. You know what I mean? That's just life. The radio broadcast will have all of the content and copyrighted stuff on the streaming side of things. You will not hear that because I want to make sure everything is protected. Sorry, but that's just the way it is. Again, and I think you guys did a pretty good job this time. If you just keep saying, it's still muted, still muted, still muted, still muted. If you keep posting that, I'll look and I'll know and I'll unmute it for you. But other bitching about that is not really going to solve anything. I don't enforce copyright law on the platforms. I can tell you that doing all of this is very expensive. So the YouTube and Twitch revenues help to pay for all of the costs. And I have to keep it copyright free as a result. So thank you for understanding. Stop bitching about it. Kev says, no apology necessary, bruv. Well, thank you, Kev. I appreciate that. I just want newer people to understand what's going on there. Like, what the hell is this? Why is it muted? Why even watch? Why even pay attention? Those kind of things that I see from time to time. It's just like, I don't know. It's how it is, unfortunately. Like, if we could absolutely just stream whatever, I would love that. And I would do that. You know I would do that, but I can't. And if I don't do that, then after the show, there'll be 10, 12, 14 different copyright hits, maybe even the potential of a channel strike. And I can't risk that. So thanks to those of you who understand. Appreciate it. I don't want it to stick like that. Like, I just want it to hit, and it's supposed to mute for 15 seconds to come back. I'll keep an eye on why that's happening. Maybe I'll make some shorter ones. Like, maybe I'll make a 5-second pause. Because all I have right now set up on my buttons is 15 seconds and 30 seconds. So I try to just hit the short one, 15 seconds. The carpet is crooked and off-center. Courtney, just fix this. She said that this was the right way. We'll fix that later. Man, I'm glad I banned that guy yesterday. It's good to purge the chat from time to time of some of these folks. So the perma ban was welcome, I think. I think things are better today as a result. 1 minute. Thanks for all the gifted subs so far. Appreciate you spreading the word. I'll ship these out this week, I promise. The Skull Mike Squad stickers. Everybody that's gifted subs, I'll ship those out this week. All right, we're coming back.
Tons of fun. Plus, lunch is included. More than just a camp, it's a summer full of new friends, confidence building, and unforgettable memories. With flexible scheduling and affordable pricing, it's easy to plan your summer your way. Spots are filling fast. Sign up now at crushYard.com/camps.
If you want your windows there in weeks, pick up the phone and just text Reese.
Coming to you live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. Need help after an accident? Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1, Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart Radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, HAPPY, HAPPY, happy. Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock. This
Show Tuesday. I know it's early on in the week, but look at us. We're moving through. We're swimming together.
We did it, Joe.
Upstream, we're making it through the show today and the week, and we're glad you're along with us. And if you miss any of the show, you can always subscribe to the podcast at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, tons of stuff to get into, and I want to work through a couple of the clips that I have up here. I got one for jury duty that I absolutely want to work on, but there's a guy that I guess possibly has been, and I want you guys to look up some more stories on this because there wasn't a lot of info this morning, and I think there might be a couple more stories out there. But this guy was killed, I think, by a kangaroo.
What?
In the United States of America. This guy was killed by a kangaroo, and they're blaming him. They said, like, it might have been this guy's fault. And look up his name, all right? It's Eric, E-R-I-C, Slate, S-L-A-T-E.
At a petting zoo?
Yeah. He I guess he was found dead, and they said that maybe he had a history of kind of fighting with the kangaroos or something.
This sounds insane, Sean, that he has a history of fighting kangaroos.
I know. I don't want to be the fake news guy. So let's see here. This is from, I think, Inside Edition.
Did this kangaroo just kill a man? Calm down. That's the mystery after the 52-year-old man was found dead in the kangaroo enclosure at a petting zoo in South Carolina.
Right, what would you say he's doing here? He's not fighting the kangaroo.
He's trying to restrain the kangaroo, it looks like.
The kangaroo's on its hind legs, and he's like holding the kangaroo's arms.
But does he know how kangaroos work? Because it's the bottom half that's going to hurt.
Oh, those legs and that tail. Oh, they will get him.
They use their tail to balance so they can use all the force in their legs.
Kangaroos are shockingly strong and scary, honestly. Like, if you get
some
into
of them
it.
So beefed up that I'm like,
jacked
why
up.
do you look like a CrossFitter right now?
So this guy, I guess, was known to play around and fight with these kangaroos.
With your back feet, you gotta watch. Eric Slate.
Oh, so he knows. He said it's the back feet you got to watch.
Be seen in this exclusive video, roughhousing with a kangaroo. The video was recorded just 10 days ago. On Friday, Slate was apparently beaten to death by the kangaroo named Jack.
Well, I mean,
fatality.
Seems like Jack won. That's like, what am I going to tell you? If you're play fighting with the kangaroo and then the kangaroo gets you.
Yeah, Jack was on.
What am I supposed to say? I don't feel bad when somebody gets gored by a bull when they're fighting the bull. This guy's fighting the kangaroo and he gets hit by the kangaroo.
The idea that this is at a petting zoo, like the petting zoo animals for the most part are very used to people petting them.
Until they aren't.
So this guy goes into the petting zoo and just
Jack pet back.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Jack said, no, we're not doing any more of this. Did you guys find any stories on this? Because I want to know more details if you can. But hold on.
Okay.
Give me 1 second. I just want to see what else they say in this Inside Edition thing.
When he entered the enclosure, authorities say Slate suffered multiple blunt injuries. An autopsy is pending. Slate's brother runs the petting zoo, and Eric has a history of going at it with the kangaroos.
I'm not wrestling you. Wait, that means no.
Am I supposed to feel bad? I don't know.
I ain't wrestling you.
I'm not going to feel bad. If you want to fight animals and then the animal fights back.
Well, what he was doing in that video was not fighting.
He's kind of.
Like a little dance.
Is it the equivalent of when you take your dog's snout and you're like, oh, come on, buddy. Yeah. And you rile him up a little bit.
No, I think it's the equivalent of when your dog's trying to jump on you and you grab the paws and put him down. Like it looks like he's trying to stop the kangaroo from getting violent.
Yeah, but his go-to viral, like, social media thing is to do that.
Fight with the kangaroos, yeah. Up, like standing up and like kind of.
So he died
getting at
doing what
it.
he loved,
Yeah, too bad, buddy. I'm sorry.
We learned that lesson yesterday. You won.
Kangaroos are incredibly powerful, not with their front feet, but with their hind legs. If it gets threatened, it is something that can be very, very dangerous to any human being.
Yeah, and I guess it got him. Did you find the story? Because I want to hear those details if you did.
All right, so it's the South Carolina farm, the petting zoo that holds educational and interactive programs. This is not the interaction that I imagined they wanted.
Not for others, no.
5-Star Farms. The website advertises other exotic animals such as camels, zebras, llamas, and a Z-donk.
A Z-donk.
Oh, all right. So that's a zebra and a donkey crossover, a hybrid.
Butt. And goats and sheep, donkeys, miniature horses. Robert Slate, a relative of Eric's and the owner of 5-Star Farm, assumed responsibility for the death in a statement. He said, let's see.
Assumed responsibility, as in like it was his fault?
It was his farm fault.
Yeah. All right.
And they are ordering an autopsy to determine cause of death. Victim was found in the animal enclosure.
Damn, it got
honestly,
him.
the way that this looks and what you've shown so far, this death has to be on camera, right?
Oh, I would think so. Maybe. Let's see. Hold on. Here's WMBF, the local news station, talking about this guy that was killed by a kangaroo. And let us know when this happens, is this just naturing? Kangaroos kangarooing? Or do you feel bad for this guy?
On a Loris farm, as the owner of 5-Star Farm is speaking out after his older brother was found dead inside a kangaroo enclosure.
That's
Friday
brutal.
night. Eric Richards is live in Loris with more on what that owner is saying and where the investigation stands this evening. Tell us more, Eric.
Eric, Robert Slate says that his older brother Eric loved the animals, especially Jack, the red kangaroo, who had been on the property for just 2 weeks. And as the Slate family continues to wait on that autopsy report, Robert says that his brother, he actually had found his brother, and his brother appeared to be at peace.
His brother appeared to be at peace?
After getting his ass kicked to death by a kangaroo?
Yeah, you know why he looked at peace? Because he was dead. He was just, there's not alive anymore. You're like, oh, he looks so peaceful on the ground after the kangaroo stomped his skull in.
So they reported that council members from the area would go into the enclosure, play rough with the kangaroo. He added that the animal has not been euthanized and is usually not aggressive.
Yeah, but when it is, they only had one of these kangaroos for like 2 weeks, according to that. And I don't know. I find myself, when somebody's doing that, this is like the alligator wrestler getting bit by the alligator. You know,
Which doesn't seem to happen that often.
No.
But I've seen it. I've seen those people get bit. And I as much as I care about humans and stuff, the animal's going to bite you like it's an animal at the end of the day.
You know what to do, though, and if you're an alligator, like, wrestling situation and you're losing.
I will never be in this situation, but I will take notes.
Do you know where to put your fingers?
In the eyes?
Mm-mm.
Are you going to say butt again?
Nope.
In the, where else would you go?
Right in the nostrils.
In their nose hole, really?
In their nose holes. And this was passed along to me from a good friend of ours, Fritz.
Can I put a finger in the nose hole?
2 fingers in the nose holes. Or maybe use both hands, unless they have one of your arms. But I'm hoping you could use, maybe go like metal sign.
Yeah, like, okay. I didn't.
But apparently they think they're drowning. Or, I mean, it's supposed to work, and they release grip. Now,
really?
I know there are gator experts that listen to the show, and thank you for that. But from what I understand, that's what you're supposed to do. My only question is, in the shock and panic of it all,
and if the gator's rolling around,
you're in the death roll, how
you're not
can
get
you
it.
figure that out?
No, and then with a kangaroo, the same thing does not apply.
Definitely in the butt.
You just go, hey, don't mess with the kangaroo. It's like a horse. A horse can kill you at any moment with their back feet.
Not if you take your shirt off like George of the Jungle.
The move is to be very careful and move around the animal, give the animal respect and take care of it and stuff. But I don't know if this guy was doing it. That's such a weird move.
I found Eric's obituary, and it does not mention kangaroos at all.
Why not?
We found his social media.
Eric found his passion was farming.
Oh.
He was a proud and active member of the 5-star farm family and enjoyed all of the activities of farm life. Eric found joy in working with animals, mowing around the farm, feeding the animals, doesn't mention wrestling them, and loved playing with his cat. His greatest joy was his family, and he will be sorely missed by all.
Oh, Zach on YouTube says, we need an AI video of him forgiving the kangaroo, which was a callback to last week and something that happened in a court. The brother says he found his brother Eric in the kangaroo enclosure where the 4-year-old kangaroo, a red kangaroo named Jack, lives with his wallabies. Does that mean his babies, the baby kangaroos?
No.
Because what's wallabies mean? It's just like those are different
wallabies
animals?
is a different name.
All right, check that out while I see this.
Oh, yeah, I'm wrong. I'm sorry.
Are those what they call a baby kangaroo, a wallaby?
So it's a small or middle-sized macropod native to Australia. So I think it's a different breed, perhaps, than Jack.
All right, so it's like a mini horse kind of thing to a kangaroo.
But probably treat it like they're babies.
He finds it hard to believe any of the animals attacked or killed his brother. His clothes wouldn't have been intact, he said. On Friday, my brother had not left the property other than for an hour to get some shoes. He actually got 2 pairs of shoes. They said he was found dead with multiple blunt injuries, but an autopsy has been ordered. I mean, conspiracy theory, but if you wanted to kill your brother, you just blunt force trauma him and then put him out next to where the kangaroos are, and you're like, look at the footage.
He had 2 pair of shoes, but one of those kangaroos is not wearing shoes. So
he's a kangaroo fighter. He had what was coming to him. Spring Simmons.
He has seen his brother wrestle with kangaroos multiple times, and he goes, well, nope, his shirt's not ripped, so it was definitely a murderer.
Mm-hmm. You're right.
Definitely that's his argument.
Strange.
Spring Simmons, a longtime employee of the farm, said Eric loved all the animals, especially Jack. I will remember his smile and the way he interacted with animals. Yeah, he was only there for 2 weeks. She said Jack didn't display any unusual behavior. He's pretty chill and laid back. They're in the process of his funeral services. He is addressing comments he, his family, and employees have been receiving online since his brother's death, this says. Put yourself in my shoes, guys. I'm not just representing my company. I'm trying to represent my brother. I'm doing this to make sure I'm representing him well. Well, I mean, it sucks. That's tough, but I don't know. I mean, if somebody is messing with kangaroos and like playing around with them, and then the kangaroo gets a little wild, I just feel like that's part of the back and forth. That's the risk that you're taking there. But
I do not understand how these people can try to or attempt to speak for the kangaroo when they've only known it for 2 weeks. It's only been there for 2 weeks. And I'm like, this is extremely chill.
The same name that so many kangaroos have. Of all the names. Is there not a movie called Jack the Kangaroo?
Yeah, Kangaroo Jack. Yeah, it's old school. Old school. But what do you think about this? Did this guy have it coming, or do you feel for him? Let us know. Send us a dispatch at thenewsjunkie.com. In the meantime, I want you guys to really brace yourselves. This is a visual, so I'll explain it for everybody who's just hanging out with us right now. but this is one of the most jarring things I've ever seen in my entire life. There has just been an announcement at Google, and they are announcing that they are redoing their logo, the iconic Google logo.
Come again?
Brace yourself. We're going to watch this together. Here we go. The new logo, all right? There's the old logo. Whoa! Whoa! The new logo and the old logo.
I'm going to be
side by side.
I'm going to be sick.
I can't take it. I can't take this all in right now.
Huh?
Look, what they have done is they blurred the yellow into the red.
God.
Instead of it just being red, yellow, green, and blue. They blurred the colors into each
Guys,
other.
can I take 45 days off for emotional distress?
You might need to. You might need to. This is big. This is the biggest thing since, what was
Wonder
the company?
Bread or Slice
No. Hold on.
Dunkin'.
Kind Bar?
Did Google release this, or did somebody release it for them? Like somebody just noticed it?
Somebody noticed it. I think.
You don't
I
want to play
know.
the game with us?
Okay, here's what I'm talking about. Have you guys seen this? Where allegedly this is at Kind HQ. You know, they make the granola bars and stuff.
I'm not
And it's
ready.
like their unveiling of their new logo.
3, 2, 1.
Whoa!
Streamers!
Look at the new logo.
They moved up the word kind up.
That's right. They moved the word kind 2 inches up the logo, so there's a little bit of color underneath
Well, that was
it.
the same
And
with Dunkin' Donuts. They were like, we are going to, hope you're sitting down for this, go from Dunkin' Donuts to Dunkin'.
Dunkin'.
That was fine, though. I mean, that was more of a change than these others.
What a world. Somebody sent this along. In fact, Courtney showed me this last night, but I've seen a lot of people starting to share this.
You got a boob pic?
They're suggesting that this is the news, local news in 2025. I don't know who made this or where it came from, but I've seen it starting to make the rounds on social media. And it's made to look, if not is old. Let's see if this is it.
Breaking news, everything is bad. It's just as terrible as you imagined and probably worse. With more, we go to Tom Lee Cruz. Tom Lee.
We're all in danger, Dan Lee.
Jesus Christ, what can we do?
Absolutely nothing.
It was good knowing you, Tom Lee.
I can't say the
This
same.
is
That was
AI.
unnecessary.
I
We're
think so, right? But it's like made to look like
Absolutely.
old newscaster footage or something.
just now getting in reports that all the children have exploded. They will be missed. Let's check in with Olivia Lee Rodrigo. Olivia Lee, where are you?
That's none of your business. Do you hear that? Cut the music. Do you hear that?
What do you hear?
That's the sound of us slowly dying. Can you hear it?
I can hear it. It's louder in my left ear.
Olivia Lee Rodrigo reporting
I
from
actually
where
have some
I
more
am.
questions.
He said, "Where are you?" And then her sign off was Olivia Lee Rodrigo reporting from where I am. She wouldn't even tell
I
where
had some
she
more
was.
questions. All right. Goodbye.
The kids all just exploded was a line that they just kind of dropped. Just left that.
Olivia Lee Rodrigo reporting
I
from
actually
where
have
I
some more
am.
questions for you. Okay, we're going to go to Kevin Lee Costner, who has more with politics.
No, I don't.
Let's send it over to our senior correspondent, Nick Lee Minaj.
Look at this chart. Let's bring it up.
What am I looking at here?
I don't know, but it doesn't look good.
That looks bad.
Yeah, it's probably bad.
Let's go to our eye in the sky, Timothy Chalamet. Timothy.
All right, all they're doing is adding Lee to all the famous people's names. Timothy
I'm a fan.
Chalamet.
Where do I subscribe?
I love this one. This is a dude in a helicopter supposed to give his report.
Man,
I am so high up right now.
You are in a helicopter.
I didn't know that when I got in. I thought it was a weird car.
What do you see up there?
Everything is too much.
He said, "What do you see up there? Everything. It's too much."
What do you see up there?
Everything. It's too much. We were never supposed to see this. I need to go back down.
You stay right there. We're going to go to commercial.
Stay right
Have
there.
you
Is the commercial fake too?
Watch. Ready?
Recently lost a child because they exploded. That's crazy.
This is a fairly good parody of local news. I like the commercial. Have you recently lost a child?
Go to commercial.
Have you recently lost a child because they exploded? Because that's crazy. How are we all not talking about this? I feel like that really got glossed over real quick. That's a huge thing. Call Deadly. 555 call Deadly. I want to talk about this.
I want to
Call
talk
Deadly
about
now.
And we're back. Let's check in with Morgan Lee Freeman with sports. Morgan Lee.
I just want to take this sports time to say that whatever you hear about me in the next 24 hours is completely false. People are going to say things and have documents and recordings to back up what they say, and it's just not real. You should believe me and not their solid evidence. Knicks take it by 2.
This is when champions are born. We're going now to Frankly Sinatra with the weather, frankly.
It's everywhere.
We won't be hearing from him anymore. Coming up, a cat learns how to water ski and then drown.
That's funny.
Please give me original source, because I hope that they have some more content. That is fun.
I will put this up on See It Now. Courtney showed me this video last night.
Thank you,
Children
Courtney.
exploding reminds me of weatherman Pete Delkus, who famously said what?
Oh.
Let's get ready to rumble.
No.
Okay.
No. Is that the guy?
He was talking about McKinney in Texas.
Yeah, he said it was like 1,000,000 degrees or something.
The heat index was 101,105, and he said everyone in McKinney is dead.
Yeah. Do you have that? Where that was actually real, but that was just him having a good
right
time.
Right now
with it,
in Terrell and in Dallas, your heat index is 107. Everyone in McKinney is dead. It's hot in McKinney. We'll fix that. Probably.
Possibly the most.
What was the audio watermark on that?
That was their own TV station turned that into a promo for Pete Delkus.
Oh, good. He deserves it. That was good.
What did they say about him?
All right, I posted that
Whatever
on
the weather
now.
brings, we bring the Delkus.
The Delkus. I posted that on See It Now. Check it out over at thenewsjunkie.com if you want to watch that. That was a funny clip. All right, we're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we'll get into this Biden bombshell that I was teasing. Did not get to this just yet. But we will. We'll also talk about the new Pope news and an update. I think we'll do that in jury duty on the woman in the racial slur video that had a GoFundMe kind of thing, a give, send, go, and the new twist in this, which is an interesting one. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is.
The Monsters in the Morning.
Wait, she shot a porno?
Yes.
No! The Monsters in the Morning.
Real radio 104.1.
There's an accident blocking all lanes on the ramp from I-4 westbound to Florida's Turnpike southbound.
Skull Mike Squad. Load up with your Skull Mike Squad stickers, which I showed earlier on the stream. If you gift a Secret Show sub, and any gifted sub is not only a magnet like it always is, but also one of these stickers. Or if you sign up for Secret Shows, just make sure you claim it. When you sign up or gift, make sure you click the button and claim it and fill it out. You get these. And by the way, these are available for everybody except for that guy I perma-banned yesterday. Everybody else can get one of these Skull Mike Squad stickers. Even Tammy. Even though Tammy's a little... I mean, we all know. I don't need to say it. But I think Tammy's probably a good person. So she could be Skull Mike Squad. I think, for now. We'll see, Tammy. What do you think? Let's see what Tammy says. Tammy, where are you? Behaw says, I accidentally paid $8 to subscribe to this. I deserve a sticker. How'd you pay $8? What happened? What? That's not even an option. What did you do? Tammy says, am I FFS? I don't know. Tammy, you're a little adversarial. You're a little, I hope we can get along. I hope everything goes okay between the two of us. I hope you're a Skull Mike Squad material. You know what I mean? I'm hoping. I'm a hopeful guy. Kevin asked Nightbot if he should sign up for Secret Shows. Nightbot is an agent of destruction. Nightbot is only about just randomly inserting like 6 lines in a row into chat and not about actively saying yes to things like that, I don't think. But I would say yes, even if just for the sweet exclusive merch. I'm really thinking about putting this on my laptop, and I'm not a sticker guy on laptops, but I like this. Or maybe I should put it on here? What do you guys think? Should I put it on my brains? On the tower? Should I put a Skomax Squad sticker on here? If so, where? Jeff says, who got banned? Some guy yesterday got perma-banned. You ain't gonna see him around here no mo. Because that's how I handle things, with an iron fist. You act up a little bit, boom, perma-ban. Behaw says, I don't mod, I just hold my sword. As long as you're on the front lines, Behaw, we couldn't do it without you. When I think about whose names in chat I've said the most and got to convey funny things with them, Behaw, you're definitely on that list. Yuckers, you're on that list. Obi-Wan Kenobi, you're on that list. These are like chat stars. You know, you could be a chat star if you break up into that territory. Like the biggest of the big over there. Some of you don't drop any bangers. But that's okay too. Not everybody has to be a winner. Artemis says he loves you guys. Well, you know, some of you. I don't know. I'm not much of a sticker guy, but I kind of want to put this on the tower. Or somewhere else. Where should I put it? I'll find a spot, but it's got to be the right spot. It's got to be really, really great. Ryan says, I'm just a feedback mechanism. You're a feedback mechanism, yes, with a heart and a little bitty soul and a keyboard. But someday you'll be a star. Aldo says, I want to be a chat star. Well, Aldo, this is your game to win, buddy. Chat is wide open. You just got to post some good stuff. Don't get banned. Be smart. Make the right move. Presto bango. Chat star status, baby. Guns with Guts and Bridges says, got my mom hooked on TNJ. Oh, thank you. She loves the YouTube stream. Well, oh, that's awesome. Guns, Guts, and whatever. Your mom, if she's out there. Hello, Mom. Thanks for being with us. All right, I think we're coming back. Something's going weird here.
Climb that mountain.
You will never be able to change or grow through the thing that you refuse to identify. The thing that you refuse to say, hey, this is my mountain. This is the struggle.
Listen to Made for This Mountain on America's #1 podcast network, iHeart. Open your free iHeart app and search Made for This Mountain.
Think orange for your next vehicle. OrangeBuickGMC.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, HAPPY. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
The game of magnets, taking over the world one terrible person at a time.
And your feedback. We love you. And it's a Share the Show Tuesday. So, hey, why not say hello? Unveil yourself with a video dispatch so we can look into your eyes over at thenewsjunkie.com. There's all these books out there now about Joe Biden and what was really going on at the White House with his aging and stuff, which I always find really weird. Like, why were you guys saying stuff while this was happening?
Because they were writing it down for the book to be released, Sean.
Maybe everybody just wanted an exclusive to sell a book later, but...
Or they didn't want the thing that's probably seemed obvious to the other side is that they should have, if things were that bad, had him step down or something like that.
Yeah, why didn't you do something before all of this? I think, and I don't know if I'm exaggerating here. I think this is accurate. I believe there's been about 3 books that have been released in the past 6 months. While they may not have been entirely about Biden being all Mr. Magoo in the brain, they were about that, at least to some extent, and all the things that were happening behind the scenes. And the new one, the headline is this: Biden aides discussed requiring a wheelchair.
They're going to stop at Biden aides, and that would have been the twist of the century.
No. They discussed whether or not he was going to have a wheelchair if he was reelected, because they thought he was going to be taken out by like a shell at the beach if he walked on the sand again. It says Joe Biden's physical deterioration was so severe in 2023 and 2024 that advisors privately discussed the possibility he'd need to use a wheelchair if he won re-election. The conversations also reveal the White House's determination to conceal the reality of Biden's condition at the risk of his own health while he faced a tough re-election bid against Donald Trump. The book is based on interviews with more than 200 people.
Oh, wow.
Mostly Democratic insiders with knowledge of the events that unfolded during the final 2 years of Biden's presidency.
Did they even know her, though?
Biden's interviews took place after the 2024 election, and they said his halting walk was so severe that there were internal discussions about putting the president in a wheelchair, but they couldn't do so until after the election. Like, what the hell? There were so many people going around on the news at that time saying, hey, what are they talking about? He's okay. He doesn't have any issues right now. When you would see video after video, and so many people dismiss this as like, what are you talking about? Everything's fine. Stop being ridiculous. Until that moment at the debate where everybody together was like, okay, this ain't good.
Something's happening. I'm going to the Amazon. Bye.
That was a weird moment. And then we got the ultimate weird moment. It's crazy to think about this stuff, but they took Biden and just shuffled his ass out of there and just brought in Kamala Harris after that. Those were wild things that were happening. And I don't know if this is correct or out of context or not, but I want to listen to a second of it. This is supposed to be what they were saying at the time. Though this wouldn't really line up because they said 2023. Yeah, this would be before that, but let's see. Hold on.
What stutters feel when they see you make a comment like that?
It's very clearly a cognitive decline.
Okay.
That's what I'm referring to. It makes me uncomfortable.
You have no. It's so amazing. It's so amazing to me that
try and figure out an answer.
A cognitive decline. President Biden embraces his stutter, talking about it.
They're highlighting 2024 on the screen. That doesn't necessarily mean that it was 2024. But I guess this is around there?
Well, Trump mocks it, exaggerates it, belittles it. He's sharp physically. I mean, mentally. Yeah. I think the question is physically, right?
Right.
More so?
Right.
And the guy who's his chief opponent is only 3 or 4 years younger than him.
Exactly. I mean, you have questioned President Biden's age, mental fitness, ability to lead. Of those supporting Biden, you said, quote, shame on all of you pretending everything is okay. You're leading us and him into a disaster. Do you worry that you damaged him at all? I don't doubt that you got hugs and handshakes behind closed doors today.
I don't know what that means. Hugs and handshakes for saying this? I think it is a little weird that some of these same people are now like, yeah, it was bad. They were going to put him in a wheelchair like FDR, man. They were going to wheel his ass out there on the stage. And
so it's weird. Biden's spokesman, who asked to remain anonymous, I don't get why you're a spokesman, but you have to be anonymous.
Yeah, why not just come out?
He ain't getting paid for being the spokes no more.
I mean, he's only got to have so many. When asked about the book's content, Biden's spokesman, who asked to remain anonymous, said that Biden's medical examination clearly indicated that his gait was partially caused by wear and tear on his spine, didn't require special treatment. And then he said, yeah, there have been physical changes with age, but that's not evidence of cognitive incapacity. In fact, and this is a very Trumpian statement, in fact, the facts suggest the opposite. He was a very effective president. There are a lot of clips that did suggest that there was some cognitive little pauses. And
it's just kind of weird that all these people who were saying the opposite during those last couple of years, when even I was like, what the hell's going on? This is bad. And then the debate moment, there were still people going like, no, he's okay. But then afterwards, all those people are willing to write books about it or be sources in books. Like, you were lying to the American people about something really important. And hey, not for nothing, but maybe if you got into this 2 years earlier, you wouldn't have had to put Kamala Harris up there. You could have had like a full-on primary where everybody in the Democratic side could have battled it out, and you might have had a better contender in the end. I know they had a fake primary, but everybody knew what the outcome was going to be at the beginning, I think. Over to Ryan, who says, Biden's healthy and thriving in the Amazon. He just
I found a parrot.
Went off into the bushes that one day, just out there. There we go. So these new stories are dropping. I guess Biden was going to be in a wheelchair in his second term. There you go. Let's see what we got on the Pope. I think they're going to stop talking to the Pope's brother.
Yeah, he seems a little cuckoo.
The Pope's brother is like a little bit more controversial than the Pope. So Pope Leo's brother, they keep finding his stuff, and they're like, he's posted some stuff about MAGA. He's posted, like, he called Nancy Pelosi the C word.
Oh, wasn't it more than once, too?
I don't know, but at least I saw one story about, like, the Pope's brother in a tweet, because they're going through his, like, whole Twitter timeline or X timeline now. He posted and called Nancy Pelosi the C word, and then you go, oh, man, this guy's really going through it right now. Pope Leo has to deal with everything the brother said. Maybe the brother won't see Pope Leo anymore, like he was worried. But
I love that was his first statement. One of the first things we heard from the brother. And then comes the wave of maybe the reasons why he's not going to talk to his brother more often.
This is a tough time for people, because if you ever get some kind of high-profile job, they're going to go to all your family members, and your family members become instantly important.
Oh, yeah.
But nobody cared who that Pope's brother was, and now they're like, what do you think about this, Pope's brother?
And the same thing happened, or it immediately reminds me of Meghan Markle's estranged father. And it was like, as soon as she married Harry? Yeah, as soon as she married Harry, it was like, she doesn't talk to us anymore. And then you find out the details that there's a reason for that. Despite, whatever you agree with, all the stuff that happened in their past and the actions afterwards.
To be famous on that level brings with it a lot of landmines, a lot of dangers, a lot of baggage, if you will. Also, Pope Leo the 14th, the new Pope, dropped a one-word loaded, they say, message for the United States. When elected, he was asked at the Vatican, any message for the United States? And many was the response from Pope Leo. God bless you all. I don't think, as this story from Mediaite suggests, that that's automatically some sort of dig to say many. Like, any message for the United States of America? And then you say many with a smile. God bless you all.
Winky face eggplant emoji?
That just means you're like, I have many things that I would like to say. That doesn't mean bad. Mediaite, I think, is taking this wrong.
Well, what if the Pope said, many? So many.
Yeah, maybe
it
would be
we're
about
reading it.
Yeah, it says many. The Pope replied with a smile, and then he paused and he said, "God bless you all."
Yeah, maybe he was just trying to get out of this, get over with this presser or whatever they were doing here. It seems like he was wrapping up.
Yeah, possibly. That happens with a lot of these things. Let us know what you think. Give us a dispatch. Over at thenewsjunkie.com. All right, let's work in one or two of those and see what we got for you. Here is OMG, it's Price talking about that AI news clip.
Hey, junkies. Price here. First dispatch. Yeah. So you guys just played that NeuroViz AI news clip video, which is one of the funniest things I've ever seen.
Just for the record, if you heard that or you wanted more, at Neural, NEURALVIZ is where Courtney found that.
I actually talked to Fritz about this about a week or so ago. NeuroViz is one of my favorite channels on YouTube, Instagram, whatever social media, Facebook, Instagrams, all that. The guy, it's a single guy, and he uses AI, and he does all these wild videos. He has like an overall story that he's posting. The news video is not a part of that, but it's one of the funniest things. This guy's just so creative, and he uses AI to make these characters. He uses a voice changer. He does all of the voices voices himself. It's one of the wildest things I've ever seen.
Like a
You guys
modern
gotta
day
check it
Phil
out.
Hendry.
It's a Neuralviz, Neuralviz.
My God. Imagine Phil Hendry with AI. What a world. I don't know if he gets into it. If you don't know Phil Hendry, he's a radio show host that was on AM radio back in the day. And his whole thing was a troll. He would set up fake conversations. It would be himself doing all these different voices with different characters, elaborate, outrageous stuff. And then the bit was to get somebody listening to the station who didn't get what was going on here and get them really upset at this fake thing you were doing, this whole bit, and then fight with them. And it was golden. But in the age of AI, boy, you could really do that on another level, I think. Here's Simply Jeremy right now. Hello, Simply Jeremy? Uh-oh. Hang on.
Jeremy?
Jeremy.
Can you hear me?
Refresh. Hang on. I just
J-Dog.
gotta refresh and play this again to make sure everything's working fine. Here's Simply Jeremy with a dispatch.
Hello, everyone. Simply Jeremy here.
Hey.
So, when I was a kid, my grandfather and my grandmother lived in Webster, Florida. They used to raise Morgan horses.
Morgan?
Well, I would go and stay every summer. Well, one summer I'm staying and I'm in the house and my grandmother's like, hey, go check on your grandpa. He's been out there changing the shoes on the horse for quite some time. So I go out there and he is on his back, snoring away with a big old red dentation on his forehead. Apparently Sam, the stud, had kicked him right in his head. He had been laying down there snoring, knocked out for a while. He was all right after that. I mean, he's dead now, but he survived it. He did.
What a weird way to tell the story.
He's dead now. Like, now he's dead, but he was fine.
Well,
He
he knew our
survived.
next question's going to be, did he die?
He survived in the short term, but he didn't survive in the long term, unfortunately for him. All right, we're running late. Quick break. Jury duty is coming up next, and we'll get into the update in that slur video with the fundraiser and everything attached to it. A new twist in the case. What is it? It's coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on Threads at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
This is Chris Broussard. Here's what's trending from the iHeart Sports Network.
Presented by DraftKings.
NBA playoffs last night. The Knicks over the Celtics to take a 3-1 series lead. Celtics star Jason Tatum carried off the court with a leg injury. Minnesota also up 3-1. They beat the Warriors. Dallas won the NBA draft lottery. They'll pick first. The Magic have 2 first-round picks, numbers 16 and 25. And full NFL schedules come out tomorrow night among the league so far. Tampa Bay to visit the LA Rams on Thanksgiving. I'm Matt McCoy.
DraftKings is all about responsible gaming. It's more fun when it's for fun. So play responsibly. DraftKings, the crown is yours. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. 21 or older. Age and eligibility vary by jurisdiction.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go. And that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft.
Oh! Skull Mike Squad! Jury duty's coming up next. I think I need to... Oh... I need like somebody to reset my back. I need a backiotomy. Hey, a little sneak peek for you. I hinted at this earlier, but the first thing that's happening is on Thursday of this week, the new server is going into the tower here. The new server, which is going to help run a bunch of stuff on the show. It's going to be a powerhouse that we can use for stuff. Then after that, there's some more changes to this tower coming that will include an upgrade to the entire video setup that will make it so we can do virtually anything visually. We can put all our cameras up simultaneously, do things that we're not able to do right now. So that is going to be an exciting move. Before the end of the year, we'll have this big upgrade into the tower here. Phil Hendry would make up the identity of a cannibal teacher or something, and then you'd hear people call in for hours screaming at the fake person. Yeah. Yeah, and he'd have like background sound effects and stuff that he was doing. And he'd talk into his microphone and then turn his mic off and talk into the actual phone and then go back and forth on the two of them. It was an art form, man. I didn't always like it, but it was a skill and an art form, and he did a different type of broadcasting than I do, but I thought he was talented. Jack says, will it make you funnier? I assume you're talking about the studio upgrades that I was mentioning? If so, yes. Yeah, I plan to get an increase of 25% funnier from these upgrades. So overall, that should benefit you in more ways. The funnier way, 25% funnier upgrade, and then just the visual aspects as well. Those two. You fucking asshole. It's not the size of the server that matters. Yeah, but it is. It's the size of the server that matters. This is a good one. Austin made this server, but it's a dinky little 1U. We're going to 2U, baby. Don't stop. Don't collect $200. TNJ with now 20% more funny? You bet your ass. Jeff says, as far as funny goes, the only direction to go is up. True. True. True and based. Thank you for spitting the truth, sir. Much appreciated. Thank you. Vegas Amy says, can I post a link here? I mean, as long as it's within the terms of service, you can put links in chat. The unfortunate thing is I can't click them. So I can't like get your link and then follow it up with a conversation. I have to email me for that. Marla says, I'm out here building apps. Hell yeah, Marla. Make some cool stuff. That's awesome. Kick ass. Take names. We're coming back.
Just looks better.
The best feature of a car radio on the app.
It's the presets.
Super easy.
And thank you for keeping it free.
Get in on what everyone's talking about and get the new and improved free iHeartRadio app today.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
What if I can guarantee the price of Bitcoin will be $1 million in 2030? Well, I can't, but I can guarantee you'll save a lot of money on blinds at my company, Blindster.com. Free samples, free shipping, and guaranteed to fit. Shop at Blindster.com today.
This earful of real radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Radio. 104.1. On a constant quest to stay calm, like that bear in the hammock. This
To everybody who has gifted subs today to get those Skull Mike stickers along with your magnet for gifting secret shows. If you sign up for secret shows, you'll also get this as well. Just make sure you hit that claim button. Thanks. I'll do a thanks at the end to all the people who have gifted subs today, but you can claim yours. There's like 10 of them available over on thenewsjunkie.com right now. I put that AI video from earlier up on See It Now. If you missed that, do go check it out. But that person looks like they're creating some pretty interesting stuff out there. So Neural Viz, thanks to OMG Its Price. It's pretty fun. That's an interesting way to use AI to make like kind of throwback stuff. And it's pretty convincing, honestly.
Some of the other stuff on his channel looks weird.
Yeah.
Alien-y kind of stuff.
All right.
I mean, C-Lane, weird is in right now. Have you seen Skibbity Toilet, for God's sakes?
I still don't know what a Skibbity Toilet is.
You're better off. But it has
a bidet, I'm pretty sure.
Every different video the guy releases in the Skibbity Toilet universe gets hundreds of millions of views, at least tens of millions of views. None of it makes much of any sense, but it just works. It just works. Welcome to 2025. All right, let's do jury duty.
Court is now in session, so put your phone down and pay attention before we call the bailiff over to whip your ass. You're now on jury duty with the News Junkie.
Jury duty brought to you by the one, the only Mo DeWitt of the DeWitt Law Firm. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. 800-CALL-MO, 800-CALL-MO, or justcallmo.com. We just got word, I believe Mo will be joining us tomorrow. He'll be in a little early this week, so swinging by tomorrow on the show. If you have any questions.
Does he want to compete in Fritz on the Street?
I think he'll be here after that, probably for the last hour of the show or so, like maybe jury duty in the last hour, but we'll check in with him tomorrow. Right now, an update on the situation in Rochester. Hello to our friends in Rochester. We're happy to be with you each day on the show. And the Rochester Police Department is now saying they may have misidentified the family whose child was called the N-word in that viral video.
Now they're misidentified?
Well, it's a little complicated. This is according to the Rochester branch of the NAACP. So Rochester's branch of the NAACP has come forward and said, we got a problem. Multiple people came forward claiming they were the family, complicating law enforcement's investigation and identification. Okay. So what happened here was there was a guy named Sharmaik Omar, whoever he is. He recorded this video. A woman from Rochester was on a playground, and she called a little kid the N-word. And he said, "What did you say?" And then she said it a couple more times because the little kid had gone through her bag, she said. And she kind of doubled and tripled down on it. Then they started a crowdsourcing campaign because that's what we do now. When people kill other people or kill cops or
want to make a
say the N-word or do all these things, that's a fine thing. But this is all bad stuff. They go to Give, Send, Go, and they get monies. And I said last time I had heard it was at $500,000, but you guys have said it's gone higher than that.
I saw $750,000 last night.
All right, 750.
I have 773,992.
That's insane. That's absolutely crazy to me. But there is some confusion now because when they came forward, there was one family that came forward, and then multiple families were like, "No, it's our baby. It was our baby that was called the N-word," and now they're trying to sort out who's who. The woman who allegedly made the racial slur, I don't know if it's allegedly, she definitely made a racial slur, and she said it multiple times. Shiloh Hendricks has raised nearly $775,000. The Rochester branch of the NAACP started a GoFundMe to support the affected family with the little kid, and they raised some money. And now people came forward, some families came forward, and they said, "We're that family. We're the family of this young boy." NAACP goes, "Nope, they were lying. Not true." They met with another family.
Barely visible on the video, if I'm not mistaken, right?
Yeah, he's a toddling little guy. Yeah, you see him for just a split second. He's not old, and they just kind of bring the camera by him for a moment. And maybe different people thought it was their kid that was at the park that day, but it turns out some fake families have come forward in that. Over to the Diddy trial. Cassie has been testifying today. This is one of the biggest people, witness-wise, who's going to be testifying against Sean Diddy Combs. And she has been on stand for most of the day. This isn't going to take that long, this whole case. I don't think it's going to take as long as a lot of people think. But right now, so far, there was a lot of salacious stuff on the first day with the opening statements. Now we're getting to the actual testimony, and we'll keep you up to date with what's going on. Also, a big lawsuit for a company you may have heard of called Ziploc. Ziploc.
Oh, wow.
They make bags. A California
There's not
woman,
usually a lot of drama in the bag producing world.
Not until today. A California woman is suing SC Johnson, the behemoth
The family
maker
company?
of Ziploc. Yes, indeed. She says some of their products contain undisclosed microplastics that can harm consumers.
I'm sorry, what? They're plastic products.
Plastic?
They're macroplastics.
With microplastics as well. Cheslow's complaint alleges some Ziploc products marketed as microwave or freezer safe release microplastics when they are microwaved or frozen. How do you even find that out? Maybe she's like a
Testing
scientist
it out.
or
There's
something.
some ugly ass monkeys or somewhere. Rats. Animal testing is where I was going with that.
It's called SC Johnson's alleged, or it. Is that her last name? No. Why did they say it in this? SC Johnson's alleged misrepresentation has been called unfair, unlawful, deceptive, and misleading. It's a class action lawsuit, so everybody can get on this. But they got you worried about them microplastics. And I'll tell Courtney sometimes she has what she calls water cars.
She loves eating plastic.
Water cars. She calls car waters, I think, is what she calls them. And she just leaves her water bottles behind in her car for a couple of days. And I go,
And we'll still sip out of it, huh?
Yeah, she'll drink it. She's fine with it. She's like, microplastics.
Like that?
Yeah.
There was a stat that just was released saying that most humans have a lot of plastic in their bodies already, right?
I've heard that not only do we have microplastics all up in our bodies, but guys have it in their junk.
Oh.
Yeah. In our seed, right?
Yeah. Some people have it in their feces.
Ew.
You inhale it. If you eat seafood, you end up eating it's just like everywhere. Microplastics are everywhere.
I think the place that you would want the microplastics to be the most is in your feces.
Coming out of your body. That's true. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. Completing the cycle. That seems like the safest place, but I don't know if I should be scared of this or not. Is it a bunch of nonsense or should we be worried? Ziploc, the latest on the radar for this.
I don't think you should be microwaving stuff inside of bags.
Oh, no, I wouldn't do that. Sometimes in the plastic containers, if they're like very solid, rigid ones, but mostly I stay off of it.
A lot of my kids' food comes in plastic microwavable containers.
We got it.
AJ Soup on Twitch says, I'm with Courtney. I drink car water too. Car water is fine, but how long are you leaving it in there for? She'll go, oh, this is just a car water. It's been here for a couple of weeks. And I go, I don't know.
It
Is the
tastes
science
delicious.
wrong? Or is that all hype too? Is this like hype about microplastics? And you go, as long as we've had plastics, we've had microplastics. It's
Well, I
not
think
that
that's
big of a
true.
deal. It probably is, right? They just float around the world. Well, let us know what you think. Give us your thoughts. Go to thenewsjunkie.com. All right, when we come back, we'll work through some clips I got saved up over here and ready to go. News about United Healthcare that will get worked in. And squirrels, believe it or not, squirrels coming up next on the News Junkie.
Your chance to win $1,000 in your hand is minutes away on Real Radio 104.1. Brought to you by Mills Air.
From the Clausman Law Traffic Center, car crash, call Clausman Law. ClausmanLaw.com.
Emergency crews have just cleared up that accident on the ramp from I-4 to Florida's Turnpike southbound. You won't be expecting any trouble there. There's slowdowns on I-4 westbound approaching Colonial Drive around the perimeter of I-4. Nothing to really ruin your commute this afternoon. Traffic is up to speed on State Road 429 in the Greenway. You won't be expecting any issues on I-95, but if you do see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
This earful of Rail Radio is sponsored by RC Hill Mitsubishi, Highway 1792 in DeLand.
Are you ready to put some cash in your pocket? Because Real Radio is giving you a chance to win $1,000 by putting $1,000 in your hand.
Go Bike Squad. Bootsy Moonshine. Bootsy Moonshine. Calling Bootsy Moonshine. You have now been made an editor over on the Twitch side of things. I don't know what that means you can do now, but go have fun. I think that means you can raid people if you're an editor and a mod and an editor over on Twitch. You have the power. Because I can't raid. I can't talk and then raid at the same time. So I'm just putting my trust in you guys on Twitch to raid the right places. You guys aren't raiding dirty places, are you? There are 2 rules. All right? For all the mods over on Twitch, there are 2 rules. Rule number 1. If you're going to raid a channel, don't raid any channel that's like not safe for work for some reason. All right? Rule number 1, can't be like some nudity or something sneaking through over there. Rule number 2, don't raid Hassan. Those are the only 2 rules. No raiding anything filthy, not safe for work, and no raiding Hassan. Those are one and the same. No raiding anything filthy and no raiding Hassan. Everything else is on board. Sour Patch Pete, those who need to know will know. All right, I don't need to explain very internet things any further in depth here. But those who need to know will know. My raid dreams have just been busted. We were raiding you? And then something filthy is happening? What's happening? AD says, when am I going to win Chatter of the Day? I don't know, AD. Could be any day, any time. Could be today. He's just a man in a hot tub. Hot tub is not necessarily not safe for work, but you know it. It's like the Supreme Court says with pornography. You guys know it when you see it. That's what I'm talking about. Hey, April inflation report shows prices grew at slowest pace since 2021, huh? That seems good. Right? If we can get the market up some more and get this dumb tariff stuff to sizzle down like it has been a little bit, we'll be headed in a good direction. All right, we're coming back.
For a quote today, it's EustaceRoofing.com. Again, that's EustaceRoofing.com.
Why go to just another sports bar when you can go to Crushyard? The food, amazing. The drinks, top shelf. Craft beers, a gajillion of them. And then the big surprise, pickleball, all indoor on pristine new courts. So that's it, right? Wrong, because we've also got ping pong, cornhole, and a full arcade for the kids. So, Kissimmee, when the temps rise, cool off with the best food, games, and fun at the hottest new spot in town. Visit Crushyard.com and follow us on social for details. See you down at the yard.
Do you have AC needs? Turn to the experts at Carrier. Go to millsair.com.
Live from the JustCallMo.com studios. Got questions after an accident? Just call Mo. Visit JustCallMo.com or dial 1-800-CALL-MO. This is WTKS-FM HD1 Cocoa Beach, Orlando. An iHeart radio station. Make us the #1 preset on your car radio and on the free new and improved iHeart radio app. Listen for all your music, radio, and podcasts. Free never sounded so good.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GREEN. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
They're best friends, unless they're fighting. Are they fighting? It's the news.
Some dissents coming in, which happens from time to time.
It turns out, even though 99.99% of you agree with the various things that I say into this microphone, there's always those 0.01%ers out there. So we'll read some of the dissents here in a moment. Email the show anytime. Tips, T-I-P-S, at thenewsjunkie.com. Like Hot Rodder, who says, about a story we talked about, I don't know if it was yesterday or last week. We talked about a story where there was these kids who showed up at somebody's house, and they said they were doing a TikTok prank, a ding-dong ditch thing.
That was yesterday.
It was yesterday. And I guess they said we had seen this going viral, so we were doing it, and we kicked the guy's door, and then we left. And when they went to leave, the guy came out and shot them and killed one of these teenagers and wounded another one, I believe. And they had said, I guess, that they maybe kicked the back door. And I said, even though I want this stopped immediately, any kid that goes around and drop kicks somebody's door should be arrested. I don't care if they're a kid or not. Can't have people doing that. Can't just go, well, I remember seeing a viral Nextdoor post on that where they said, you guys getting upset about people ding-dong ditching, just get over it. It's just when the kids come around.
Though. You can't call this ding-dong ditching.
It's not.
You're trying to break down a door.
The ditch part.
Yeah,
the ding-dong part.
That too.
They're jump kicking with aggression the doors of these houses. And it said in one of the stories that it was the guy's back door. I don't know what's true, what's not there. We're trying to sort it out. But Hot Rodder says, now, wait a minute. It's 3 a.m. and somebody's kicking in your back door. I mean, not even the front door, which would be normal ding-dong ditch stuff. You see somebody kicking and you hear somebody kicking in your back door, I'd be shooting at the door. I mean, even if they were running away, they shouldn't be doing that. Where are the parents? That guy should not be charged, he says. To me, it's very simple. It comes down to when this person was grabbing his gun and firing off a shot, was he reasonably fearful for his life in that moment? If he was on the other side of the door, back door or front door, I don't really care, honestly, and some kids are outside drop kicking his door and he blasts them straight through the door and kills them, too bad.
Okay.
Sorry.
That we had a case like this last year. Was there not a woman who was convicted after shooting through her door and killing a mom?
Details on that were totally different because there was like a longer history between those two. She couldn't, in that circumstance, she couldn't claim that she actually felt, and obviously they, determined this themselves. There's a documentary about her, by the way. If you haven't seen it, it's kind of interesting. She couldn't claim that she was acting in self-defense. But if C-Lane's sitting at his house and all of a sudden somebody's busting down the door, kicking down the door, and you're like, what's going on? If you fire at that person who's actively trying to kick in your front door, I'm pretty sure they're going to find that to be self-defense. But when that person runs away and then you go outside and now you're angry, and now as they're running away, you're shooting at them, you are not defending yourself for your life any longer. The threat is retreating.
I agree.
The threat is running away and is going away from you. So those things are very, very different to me. Like if you're in your house,
hard to turn off that anger, but it doesn't mean make you wrong about it.
Yeah, I think you have to try to. At the very least, you have to try to. Brandon emails tips@thenewsjunkie.com. He says, what a world we live in. It's now more popular to listen to a book and read a movie, he says. Welcome to the future. A lot of people are choosing to watch television with captions on. A lot of people do tend to like audiobooks. I'm not an audiobook shamer. I don't tend to do the audiobooks. I'm usually reading an actual book. But audiobooks, I believe, are every bit as good as reading. It's stimulating your brain in the same way. I don't like when people go, nope, you don't get credit. You didn't actually read the book if you just did the audiobook. I say to my audiobookers out there, you're reading too. You're reading too. It's the same thing to me. But, to each their own. A story out of California, bit of a problem going on there with a squirrel population that they said is absolutely out of control. And in this area, in Santa Monica's Palisades Park along Ocean Avenue, the squirrels have become so desensitized to all the people are tripping over the squirrels. They're falling over the squirrels.
I have noticed, I know we don't live in California. I feel like I've noticed an uptick in squirrels the last couple days.
Yeah, you think it's getting worse?
Not worse. They've just been real active. Maybe because the weather's changed a little bit. We're finally getting some precipitation.
Could be. Yeah, they're headed out more, and they're not scared of people as much, according to this KTLA report, I guess. Let's see.
Cute and harmless, but a growing squirrel population is causing major problems at a park in Santa Monica. It started when people began feeding those squirrels. KTLA 5's Kimberly Chang is live in Palisades Park with the details. And Kimberly, I was there recently. I saw all those little critters.
Yeah, whenever this happens, it is usually human fault. It's people's fault for feeding the animals. They start to lose their fear of humans over time, and then people go, well, why are they just all over the place? Well, that is what happens.
Lou, hi. It's definitely debatable, depending on who you talk to, whether or not they're cute. Okay, just a little while ago, a couple of minutes, we saw dozens and dozens of squirrels here on the grass. Someone came, fed them. They took the food and then they took off, but we'll show you that video in just a moment. It's pretty obvious that the squirrel population has exploded in recent years.
There's tons of them.
This is Palisades Park, which stretches along Ocean Avenue. Now take a look at this video. Longtime residents say there's always been a lot of squirrels here, but since the
they're fatties too. There's some big old squirrels. They're eating good in this place.
Pandemic, they've noticed a sharp increase, and residents describe situations where these squirrels are not afraid of people.
There is a lot of squirrels. They're not lying. The park is full of squirrels.
Of course we're not afraid of squirrels. It's me, Super Squirrel.
Hi.
Who's feeding you?
Your mom.
Do you know any of these squirrels in California? You have California squirrel friends?
Yeah, I'm building what people call a militia.
Ooh.
You ever heard of that, bitch?
Are you going against humans? Should I be worried?
Yeah, dude.
Oh.
Have you been watching pornography?
No, I have not. No.
You didn't scan your license and verify your age?
It's too much information. I can't give that up. I can't do that.
It is mating season, though. I just want to let everybody know. So we're also getting laid.
How's that going? How's mating season going for you so far, Super Squirrel?
Well, much like our gathering of nuts, we bury things.
Mm-hmm.
And we forget about it. And so we keep banging each other and forgetting about it.
True.
And then
That's an awkward thing to forget.
Are born to take down anyone watching pornography.
Should these people in California, should they be scared of the squirrels, or should they just embrace their relationship with them, Super Squirrel?
Is there something between scared and sleeping with one eye open?
I think it's about the same thing.
About the same,
Yeah,
I would just be, let's call it, weary.
Weary. Be weary. All right.
I must go and fight crime and bang more female squirrels. Goodbye.
See you later, buddy. There he goes. Super Squirrel coming in with a live report, telling us what's happening out there.
Super Squirrel has kind of evolved.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if I trust.
What do you mean,
Super
like
Squirrel.
in a progressive type way?
It's so anti-pornography, but now just really horny.
Well,
I think
that's
one
normal.
problem can solve the other. You know,
that's all. Like all the incel types are into that. I don't know if that's incels.
It's called an imagination, Christopher. Try using it.
Why would I do that when there's pornography?
That's a decent question. But not one for me to answer. Goodbye. Bye-bye.
Bye. There you go. Yeah. The no fat people is who I was talking about. I think Squirrel Girl, or Super Squirrel rather, excuse me.
How dare you?
A Super Squirrel is no fat. That's what it sounds like. Because they're against pornography. Yeah.
I thought you said no fat. No, the other one. Yeah, that.
No, with a P, no fat.
Yeah.
Apparently.
Super Squirrel hates fat people.
I didn't even know. There's so many targets on Super Squirrel's horizon these days. You can never be fully aware of what's going on. But I will tell you this. We are hearing from you, and we're going to get to some of your dispatches in a moment. Brace yourself, friends. The new Office spinoff is about to drop this fall on NBC. Finally, after all of the talk, it is going down. Will it be a hit? Do you think people still have an appetite for The Office? Seems like they do. They still watch all those old episodes. How long ago was the last episode, Celine? We talking 10 years? Yeah.
Let's see.
How long
Probably
has
a
it
little
been?
less.
Less than
We were
that?
definitely on the show.
May 16th, we were not on the show.
It was that long ago.
May 16th, 2013.
Wow. Okay, so it's been
Weird. 12
years that there's been no new episodes of The Office. Over a decade.
That was
12
before
years.
Peacock streaming service.
It was actually, yeah. And Peacock has announced the new mockumentary comedy, which will be called The Paper, will premiere this September on Peacock. It is set in the universe of NBC's beloved The Office. The documentary crew that spent 9 years in Scranton is moving to Toledo, Ohio, and they're documenting a floundering newsroom of a local paper called The Truth Teller. And the new series will star the original Office cast member Oscar Nunez. Oscar will be on there, along with Domhnall Gleeson. I don't know who that is.
That's a fun name.
And Sabrina Impacciatore from The White Lotus. So those two are going to be along with.
Oh, that was the Italian.
Is it? Was she one of the prostitutes?
Yeah, I think she was a prostitute.
How dare you? She was an escort.
The
I think
paper is
Sabrina
produced.
was a dirty hooker. That's what on the White Lotus.
She was cute and had a fun personality.
Is produced by The Office creator Greg Daniels. So Greg Daniels will be behind this. It'll be interesting to see what happens here. They announced several other new series, like All Her Fault, The Miniature Wife. What?
See, Lane?
What's happening over there? The
Sounds
Miniature
like a
Wife?
TLC show.
The Burbs, The Copenhagen Test, Tiffany Haddish Goes Off, Nellie and Ashanti, We Belong Together,
Oh, wow.
Epic Ride, The Story of Universal Theme Parks, and, I'll get into this one. I want this one. The true crime documentary, Gilgo Beach Killer, The House of Secrets.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's the one about the guy who killed all those people and got away with it for a very, very long time.
Wait, wasn't there just another documentary about that, or is
Yes.
this the one we're thinking?
I don't know.
Gilgo Beach, like the whole island?
Yeah, that's
yeah, they
we've
just
covered
have-
that during the show. We covered that whole case.
Is there more information? Because we definitely watched the docuseries together.
The Gilgo Beach one, I haven't watched any on that yet. No,
Oh,
I haven't.
good
I haven't
one.
watched. But the new one, I'll catch out, or maybe one of these other ones. And I don't know if anybody watched American Nightmare.
Oh, I mean, American Nightmare I watched a ways back, and then I just watched the, because I heard you guys talking about it when I was stuck in traffic yesterday.
The family one.
The family one.
Okay, that was interesting. Yeah, I thought that was interesting because did you get all the way through it, Sabrina, or no?
All the way through. It took
Okay.
2 days, but I got all the way through.
I felt like both of the groups, you have one family in Ireland, let's say, right? And then the family in the United States, I felt like both of them were totally confident that they were in the right, that the other people were in the wrong, and that they weren't the bad guy.
Without a doubt.
Both groups are like, I'm not the bad guy, I'm the good guy.
I'll tell you what, those kids gonna be messed up. That's for sure.
Yeah. The whole story is about this couple that gets into a fight. The fight leads to the husband, who is the biological father of the children. It leads to him dying. And then it's all about how he died and the cases that came from that, and then custody of the kids. And it is a wild ride. And I'll tell you, the judge at the end of this says, I've heard all of the arguments. I've seen all there is to be seen. And this is one of the first cases in my life where I have no idea who's telling the truth and who's not, which side is right and which side is not right.
Yeah.
I had some guesses and stuff, but I kind of felt the same. I really did.
Oh, it was a roller coaster. It was a roller coaster.
That was a pretty decent one. The American Nightmare one was something else. You had seen that before when it first came out?
Yeah, American Nightmare was, I'm blanking all the names.
There was a couple, and this is not spoiling
Of
anything.
the kidnapping.
Yeah, the
Some
couple.
sort. Yeah.
The couple is like a newer couple. They've been in a relationship for about 3 months or so. This guy and this woman, and they get in the middle of the night, the shock of their lives. A bunch of people rush into their room. The people are wearing like masks and goggles and stuff, and wetsuits. They're wearing wetsuits, and they're shining flashlights all over the place, and red laser lights are going everywhere. They tell them to lay on the bed. They drug them, and then they kidnap the woman, the girlfriend.
It was
And
fascinating. And
From
wild.
there, it's the most fascinating tale that will make you, on one hand, incredibly frustrated with dog-ass police work, The worst of the worst police work you've ever seen in your life. Things that should never have happened to the people involved in this. And then a lone great hero police officer who kind of comes in to try to save the day. What a phenomenal story. Watch that and report back. American Nightmare on Netflix if you want to check it out. Okay, quick break. When we come back, we got this United Healthcare update. Got a bunch of you to thank on the way out. And I've got so many clips up here and ready to go. So we'll have sort of a grab bag segment as we roll through these when we return. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real Radio is on X at Real Radio 1041. Sponsored by the law offices of Anajar and Levine Accident Attorneys. Have you been in an accident? Call the law offices of Anajar and Levine at 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
There's a car stopped on the shoulder, slowing down traffic on I-4 westbound past Lake Mary Boulevard. 2 right lanes are blocked due to an accident on Severin Boulevard where it meets Howell Branch Road. Move over and slow down if you see police activity or emergency vehicles on the roadways. And it just started raining in some areas, so the roadways might be wet out there. If you see traffic troubles, call the Valvoline Instant Oil Change traffic tip line at 866-676-8477. From the Traffic Center, I'm James Birmingham.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radio.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off. Free UPS shipping and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
This is something I'm happy and proud to tell you about, that there is a company called Mills Air that's going to bail you out if you're in trouble with your AC. Don't worry about all of the other companies. Many of them will rip you off, but you don't have to even think about that because you got Mills Air, the company that's going to be honest with you, the company that has these techs that are so experienced, so nice, so professional, and they can service any brand out there. So you don't worry. Mills Air is a place where you're in good hands. They're also a Carrier factory authorized dealer. So if you want big rebates, you don't want to miss out on what Mills Air can get you. You can always turn to the experts at Carrier, and you can always turn to family-owned and operated Mills Air. Bottom line, folks, this is a great company, and I think you're in good hands. If you reach out, sign up for the preventative maintenance program, which you can schedule with Mills Air. Have them come out every couple of months, every 6 months, whatever you want. They'll change your filter. They'll clean your lines, and you won't have all these dumb things that pop up when you don't stay on top of your AC. Let them do it. 407-277-1159. That's 407-277-1159, or find them online at millsair.com.
This earful of Real Radio is brought to you by JustCallMo.com. Injured on the go? JustCallMo.com.
Get this. Joey and me were supposed to go to this concert next week, right? But then something terrible happened. Joey was driving without a seatbelt. But he didn't wreck. No, he got pulled over. Now Joey has to pay for his seatbelt ticket instead of a concert ticket, and I have to go by myself. How lame is that? So Joey, if you're out there, you're an idiot. Wear your seatbelt or you'll get a ticket.
All across the country, cops are cracking down. Click it or ticket, day and night.
Funded by the Florida Department of Transportation.
Do you love your kids? Send them to Crushyard Summer Camp, where every day is packed with pickleball, ping pong, arcade games, crafts, cornhole, and more. It's active, creative, and tons of fun. Plus, lunch is included. More than just a camp, it's a summer full of new friends, confidence building, and unforgettable memories. With flexible scheduling and affordable pricing, it's easy to plan your summer your way. Spots are filling fast. Sign up now at crushYard.com/camps.
Men, trouble in the bedroom? Not anymore. Premier Men's Medical Center restores your sex life in just one visit. Their painless breakthrough treatments eliminate erectile dysfunction and PE. Here's a specialist in men's health.
I'm Dr. Simovitz. Have Viagra or Cialis let you down? Premier Men's Medical Center offers the most effective treatments that eliminate ED and PE, with men lasting longer than ever. 98% of patients see instant results on their first visit.
Premier Men's Medical Center's breakthrough treatments eliminate ED and PE, regardless of age or medical history. Your consultation and first treatment are free. You'll see instant results in the office. Plus, qualified patients get their testosterone checked free. Call 407-337-5569. 407-337-5569. to restore your sex life in just one visit. Call now. 407-337-5569.
Warmer temperatures are already here. Don't get caught sweating. For a limited time, AirProSUSA.com is offering an AC tune-up for just $79 and avoid breakdowns. That's right, only $79. Count on the pros at AirPros USA to ensure your system runs at peak performance. Book your $79 AC tune-up today. Visit AirProSUSA.com. That's AirProSUSA.com.
Limited time offer. Can't be combined with other offers. License number CAC 1822083, CFC 053314, EC 1301093.
Have you heard about lab-grown diamonds and maybe considering that option for your engagement ring? Before you go down that road, get the facts at International Diamond Center.
I could not sell a lab-grown diamond to one of my customers and feel that I gave them something that has retention of value.
IDC owner Keith LeClaire says he won't sell you a lab-grown diamond because they're being mass-produced by the millions.
Come on, I'm no rocket scientist, but you know the value can't be there.
Keith says even though the lab-growns appear to be inexpensive, a lot of retailers are still making obscene profits on them, buying them cheap and then marking them up 6, 7, even 800%.
I do not want to make extra money on selling a lab grown. I'd rather take less profit and sell Mother Earth diamonds.
Don't make a mistake you might regret later. Get the facts from the area's trusted diamond experts at IDC.
I'm just trying to warn people what's coming. I can't sell a product I don't believe in.
International Diamond Center, Altamont Springs, Mall at Millennia, and Waterford Lakes. Online at shopidc.com.
Febreze. As a rideshare driver, I love keeping my car smelling fresh and clean. So when I'm driving, I only trust Febreze car vent clips, featuring 3 distinct intensity settings, because it's that little touch that sets me apart. I can turn the intensity down for subtle freshness, or I can turn it up for when I want lots of scent. So whether it's set to low, medium, or high, with Febreze car, I know my car's going to smell amazing. Which keeps my driver rating right where it belongs. Picking up, Oscar!
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
Get ready as iHeartRadio teams up with the ultimate countdown king.
It's Rick Dees, and here's this week's #1 hit.
iHeartRadio and the Rick Dees Weekly Top 40 with 2 exclusive channels.
Catch this week's biggest hits as we count down to #1.
Listen to this week's biggest songs with Rick Dees and the Weekly Top 40.
Then you can hear all of my legendary countdowns from way back, all commercial free.
It's the soundtrack of your life.
Search me, Rick Dees, on your free iHeartRadio app and listen now.
GMC Sierra trucks in stock now at orangebuickgmc.com. We are professional grade.
Real Radio has your chance to win $1,000. Just enter this nationwide keyword on our website, GREEN. 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 Enter it now on our website, realradio.fm. Good luck.
Filling you in on the shocking details. Just try not to pass out. This is the new.
The best things that you could do if you can look through that lens at everything happening in the world right now, and I'll show you what's going on there in just a moment. Join us with your dispatches, your emails. We'll get to some of those here momentarily on the show. Everybody's mad, and most of the stuff they're mad about is fake. It's just truth when it comes to dealing with the internet in 2025. I told you before, like, all of a sudden I thought, man, are women just fighting at every fast food place? What's going on out there?
Yes.
It's the algorithm feeding you stuff that it knows is going to make you mad. The algorithm is just shoving it down your gullet. Stuff that it knows is going to fire you up. Stuff that it knows you 100% agree with, like cognitive dissonance stuff. You know, like this person's a Republican. Here's more Republican stuff. This person's a Democrat. Here's more Democrat stuff. Or stuff that's fake. And so many people in 2025 are fuming mad at things that are just absolutely fake. There's an account that has posted this video, and it's got a ton of views. And this is just an excellent example of what I'm talking about, right? So let's go on a ride together because everybody on the internet hates this lady today, okay? Everybody on the internet is like, oh, my God, this person.
Is she from Willy Wonka's Chocolate Factory?
She has a very animated look to her, and she's staring at her camera for her TikTok, and she's wearing a white dress, okay? And now all of these people online are like, this bitch. God damn this bitch.
It's meant to be from an account called Women Being Awful.
Yep. Perfect example of what's going on out there. So this would just get shoved down everybody's throat. Like, just like, here's a whole bunch of racist white people. Here's a bunch of black people fighting. Here's like all these things to skew your view of the actual world out there. That's what's happening to you on X. That's what's happening to you on TikTok. That's what's happening to you on Instagram, whether you know it or not. And it's largely your fault because when you're scrolling, you're stopping on these kind of things. So here's an example. All the people on the internet want to come for this woman today. Here she is. Ready?
What's the weirdest thing about me? I can't even say it. You're literally never going to talk to me, and it's so weird. It's so weird. But as a 2024 bride.
All right, see, she says, what's the weirdest thing about me? You're never going to believe this.
As soon as I heard, I almost would have scrolled, what's the weirdest thing about me? And would midway scroll at the facial expression and sound.
Yeah.
But at 2025 bride, I absolutely.
2024.
I'm sorry.
Yeah,
2024 bride, I would have swiped up immediately.
Yeah, this one is her saying 2024, so she must have made it before, but they just posted this, and it's got people frothing at the mouth. They're like, this is an example of what's wrong with women, all right?
Right.
I hate wearing the color white.
I hate wearing the color white. I hate it.
That's not weird.
And my bridal shower is next week. And somebody just asked me, what white dress am I wearing to the shower? Who said I'm wearing a dress? Who said I'm wearing white? Hot take. I don't like being the center of attention. I don't like when the spotlight is on me. I don't feel like I need to advertise that I'm the bride. I know so many brides really, really love to be the center of attention. I'm not doing that. Like it's
I'm back in, though. I'm kind of back in. I'm kind of back in.
Everything about this, like the presentation, you go, oh my God,
but
women.
It's satire. It's being sarcastic.
Yes, this is. But people get angry about this. They're like, this woman is an example of what's happening.
Let me see the comments. How many men?
All right, well, I mean, it's probably mostly men.
Right.
Hold on, let me finish playing it. I'll go to the comments. We'll see what the response is. But this is the woman who is really grabbing everybody's attention. Like, God, I can't take this anymore.
Just not me. A lot of people don't know this about me, but I'm an introvert.
I'm an introvert, she said.
I'm an introvert. And so when I'm the only one in white and everyone's saying, she's the bride, she's the bride, she's the bride. Yes, I am the bride. But I'm also no different.
No different.
Than any of you.
All right, you get the point, right? You see what's going on here. And to me, this is a great example because if you look at the comments, claims to hate attention, post this online.
What's the username?
She got railed by the high school football team and none of them respected her.
Joey.
Somebody send help. If you don't like being the center of attention, why would you film yourself and post it on the internet? What mental illness is this? The poor fiance of this woman. Nuclear families were a mistake, blah, blah, blah. All down you go with all these kind of comments. This woman is a woman named Hallelujah, like hallelujah, Hallelujah on TikTok. She's a comedian.
Yeah.
It's a joke meant to make people angry. She has millions of videos like this. Not millions, I'm exaggerating, but you get the point. Like, for instance, I think she had one for Mother's Day.
I'm a cat mom, so yes, I'm celebrating Mother's Day.
Right? You know, like she's leaning into all this
And then it becomes very funny when you can look at it from a different point of view.
I don't know if I watched that video again that he just showed. Not the cat mom one, but the first one. I don't find it's not funny.
It is funny if you
funny for me after.
It's funny if you see it in the context of she's doing this to get people angry online. It's like Phil Hendry that we talked about earlier. It's like doing that kind of a bit on social media.
But women aren't funny, bro.
And she's trying to put this out there, and then everybody goes, "Oh my God, this bitch is crazy. You're so annoying." But so many of the things that people are getting mad about like this are fake, and you either don't realize it or, I don't know, you're just getting whipped up in the anger tsunami, and you go,
am I allowed to know it's fake and still hate it?
Yes, yeah,
Okay,
that's
good.
fine. Like, you could just go, I get what's going on here, and I don't think it's funny, because you might think it's engagement bait, which it totally is, and you might not think the humor is good. But my point is, it's not a real lady with a real problem and a real example of what like 30-year-old women in the United States of America are like right now.
Then we're going to end up being so jaded where we think everything. Granted, I love a good satire. And I think that there's a lot of great material out there, but am I going to be wearing these goggles now in which I think everything is fake, everything's a bit, and some of it not funny at all, zero creativity. We talked last week about a girl that was in her car and some guy was yelling at her for parking in a handicap spot. And whatever she said sounded like pot, and he's like, I don't care if you're a pot smoker. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. Now I've just wasted 15 seconds of my precious life.
The whole thing is like that, and then everybody's going to watch, and then they're going to go, this is what's going on with handicapped people. This is what's happening with handicapped people in this country right now. This is what's happening with young women in this country. This is what's happening with people at Waffle House in this country. All of these things keep popping up, and they shove it down your gullet, and most of them are not real. A lot of them are not real. This is a woman trying to make content that she thinks is funny. C-Lane doesn't think is funny. Some people are like, some people not like. But she's baiting people in to rage commenting about her. And those interactions, those comments of people being angry and stuff, spins up her account. She's got 770,000 followers.
Good for her. Get that check, girl.
She's got 52 million likes, and all of them are these sort of videos where she's pretending to be something and getting everybody angry. That's so much of what content is out there today, and so many people are angry at it. It's wild to see. All right, what else do we have here? Let's work on this real quick. This is a true story, not fake. Teacher of the Year, in quotes, Jacqueline Ma. This woman was sentenced to 30 years to life for sexually abusing some elementary school students. She's 36, California teacher from San Diego. And she has pled guilty, and she wanted to make a statement in the courtroom. And here she is addressing everybody.
I am deeply ashamed of my actions and the harm that I inflicted. I ripped away their childhood.
Damn. Anybody feel bad?
Instead of following the path of what a teacher should be, I let my selfishness override the boys' best interests. I'm so sorry.
She said, I'm so sorry. And this is her performance in the courtroom. I don't know if a lot of tears will be shed, considering that they found text messages from this woman and one of the boys.
11-year-old?
There was one kid who was 12, and the mother of the 12-year-old found love letters from the teacher on his device.
Gross.
That was one of the things. And she groomed the child for 10 months. She also abused another boy a couple of years before this. Police say they found text messages from Ma, that's her last name, to one of the boys where she described sex acts between her and him, including photos that she sent along with. That. She was named one of San Diego's 2022 Teachers of the Year, and now she finds herself in prison.
Students get to vote? Or?
I don't know.
Weird that she's still allowed to have her piercings, because she looks to be in like prison issues, right?
Yeah, she was in the courtroom. She still had nose piercings. Yeah. You're right. She did. I don't know if when they take those away from her. Maybe now that she's going to be behind bars for 30 years. Also of note, Trump is in Saudi Arabia, and the Saudi Arabians are lubing Trump up. They're trying to go, we like you. We're Trump fans over here. Look what they set up for Trump outside the venue. His very own McDonald's. They made a Trump McDonald's for him outside.
Look at it just for me. All the Diet Cokes.
It's
all
like
the burgers.
On an 18-wheeler, his own exclusive McDonald's that they put up in Saudi Arabia for this visit, which, look at that. That's some kind of VIP treatment right there.
Right.
I also, there's a couple more things I wanted to share. I don't know how much time we have. We will take a quick break right now, and we'll get to all of that stuff, included the United Healthcare CEO, some thank yous on the way out, some shouts out, all that good stuff Final dispatch is stories that didn't make the cut, and today I learned to wrap it up for a Share the Show Tuesday. That is coming up next on the News Junkie.
Real radio is the Jim Colbert Show. Talk radio with a side of chaos. The Jim Colbert Show. Weekdays at 3 on Real Radio 104.1.
This weather report is brought to you by Mills Air.
I'm Fox 35 Storm Team meteorologist Jessica Dobson with a check of your Central Florida forecast. And the rest of our Tuesday does feature sunshine and clouds, a low chance of a stray shower or two, only a 10% chance at that. These will be very isolated, if any can get going at all. Temperatures overall will be a couple of degrees below normal, a high of only 85 today in Orlando. Otherwise, we heat things up for the rest of this week with highs in the low to mid 90s, even into early next week. From the Fox 35 Storm Team, I'm meteorologist Jessica Dobson.
This report is sponsored by Rapid Radios.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Perfect for instant contact with an aging parent. For a limited time, go to rapidradios.com and you'll get an extra 60% off, free UPS shipping, and add code RADIO for an extra 5% off.
To everyone who believes big flavor makes life better, we've got something special waiting for you at Culver's.
That's right. We're bringing back a flavor-packed fan favorite that's sure to put a smile on your face. The Colby Jack Pub Burger is here with a crave-worthy combo of fresh beef, Wisconsin Colby Jack cheese, crispy onions, and zesty A1 pepper mayo, all stacked on an everything bun. And we're not stopping there. We're also introducing something totally new. Concrete mixers and lemon ice coolers made with fruity Skittles Popped. This limited time Skittles Popped mix-in can be blended into our creamy, fresh frozen custard or slow frozen lemonade for a colorful crunch that makes every moment a little sweeter. So how soon can you get here? Because these bold bites won't be around forever. And trust us, you don't want to miss them.
From Wisconsin with love, welcome to Delicious.
Orlando's top-rated comedy club and restaurant is the Funny Bone, located at Point Orlando. This week, the Funny Bone welcomes Godfrey, May 16th and 17th. Check out our star-studded calendar and showtimes online at orlando.funnybone.com. Full kitchen and bar available, as well as parking discounts for all guests. Follow us on all social media platforms and get your tickets now at orlando.funnybone.com. We'll see you at the show.
Show off your new smile with Solid Bite. The dentists at Solid Bite use the latest techniques and technology to give you the smile you've always dreamed of. Call Solid Bite in Melbourne now for an exclusive radio offer at 321-259-8000. Solid Bite, life-changing dentistry.
It's Jeff Jr. from Trajan Wealth, and I've got something important to talk to you about, your 401k. If you have changed jobs, there are two very important considerations. You don't want to leave your 401k behind, and you don't want to roll it over into your new company plan without consulting Trajan Wealth first. 401ks will often have limited investments or age-based options. Since companies have to make choices to suit all employees, they may not be suited to you, which could cost you fees and money. When you roll over your 401k into an IRA, you not only keep your money growing tax deferred, but you also gain access to a world of investment options specifically designed for you. Trajan Wealth and our fiduciary advisors have helped thousands, and we can do the same for you. Call Trajan today, 407-213-0000. 407-213-0000.
Advisory services offered through Trajan Wealth LLC, an SEC-registered investment advisor.
Not everyone who handles your personal information is as careful as you are, which might explain why there's a victim of identity theft every 5 seconds in the United States. Fortunately, there's LifeLock. LifeLock will monitor hundreds of millions of data points a second for threats to your identity. And if your identity's stolen, a U.S.-based restoration specialist will fix it guaranteed, or your money back. Save 40% your first year with my name, Clay, as your promo code at LifeLock.com. LifeLock. For the threats you can't control, terms apply.
Why'd I go to the doctor? One day at the firehouse, I was so lightheaded I could barely stand. Even my crew noticed. Getting checked out was the right call. Turns out I have atrial fibrillation, which increases the risk.
Skull Mike Squad, thank you. I hope you had a great Tuesday. Tomorrow, Fritz on the Street. We got some fun twists and turns for you on the show tomorrow. Don't miss out on what's next. Don't forget the Skull Mike Squad stickers. They are still available. There's a bunch of those for every gifted sub, or even if you just sign up for secret shows. Claim it after your purchase, and you'll be able to get your hands on one of these limited Skull Mike Squad stickers. We'll start sending them out in the next couple of days here. Thanks to everybody who did that. I'm going to give you some shouts out on the way back. Who is our chatter of the day? Who is our chatter of the day? Fritz? Kurt? Who is our chatter of the day today? We got to crown somebody our victor. I think it might be somebody on Twitch. Loose Neutral. Congratulations, Loose Neutral on Twitch. Loose Neutral on Twitch. You did it. They said it couldn't be done. You are the chatter of the day. Now it's time to grade the show. What out of 10? What out of 10 is your grade for the show today? Time to grade the show. What out of 10? Is it a 10 out of 10? Is it a 1 out of 10? A 3 out of 10? I gotta tell you, my shoulder is just killing me. Killing me. 6.8, 6.9, 7, -3, 10, 9.2, 5, 10 out of 10, 1.59. All right, here we go, folks.
To service and repair your steel equipment. Steel zero-turn mowers are available at 11 Tools Ace hardware locations that sell steel outdoor power equipment. Tools Ace, your local helpful place.
Rapid Radios are instant push-to-talk walkie-talkies offering national LTE coverage and no subscription ever. Business owners can now keep in touch with up to 200 staff members at one time. Go to rapidradios.com now for up to 60% off and free shipping.
The show that takes you from Skywall summer to Jack Rocket fall.
That didn't make the cut. And today I learned to wrap everything up for a Tuesday. Thank you for sharing the show today. We appreciate you. And if you haven't, it's never too late to tell people about the News Junkie. And you can learn more over on thenewsjunkie.com. All right, what do we got on the way out here? We got to worry about what's important. There was this woman who was talking about what's wrong with your child's education and technology and how it's being ruined. But I got to be honest with you, I wanted to hear from her. But she drags it out for so long.
Yeah, well, you need 2 minutes before you get the views, the proper credit.
It's a 9-minute video that she made.
What happened to limits on these things?
It even says, she put, hold here for 2x speed, I yap too much. So she put a warning up with it. But she was talking about how technology is ruining your kids and how the school issues them all iPads and it's bad and it's a mess. Then you got Tim Tebow, who was at doing this interview where he pulled out a piece of paper. There he is.
Brought
he brought this with him.
Map to him.
It's a map.
Share with you.
Okay. 2x.
This map.
He hands the guy a map, right?
And every red dot on that. So first of all, that is a DOJ law enforcement map.
See, so he brought a map with him, Tim Tebow.
Red dot map. Every this is over the last 30 days.
Oh, Timmy, come on.
Every red dot on that map is at least one unique IP address of individuals downloading, sharing, distributing child abuse and rape images under the age of 12.
I don't know why this was a thing that he brought along to a podcast.
Is this his new...
I mean, yeah, it must be something that he fights for or something. It says Tim Tebow gets emotional while sharing a map showing 111,000 IP addresses that downloaded child abuse content. and he's calling on Congress to take action. All right, well, the message is out there. Big thanks to everybody who gifted subs today. Punishers 420, Man Kickin', John the Exterminator, Natra Guy, Mel Bell, thank you so much. Ryan Ann, Nick Z, Vaughn Ripperton, AJ Soup, and I think that's about it here. A lot of you claiming them. Electric Diva Creations, DJ Rage, thanks DJ Rage, and everybody else who did that today, Jackson Jill, and all the rest of the gifters. The last one, Steve A, thank you for jumping on board. You can claim those over on thenewsjunkie.com. Now it's time to do the final dispatches. Here we go.
These are the final dispatches, but Sean will probably only play one.
All right. Here we go. We only got time for one, honestly. So let's try. G. Giddens is talking about the squirrels in California.
Yep, the squirrels are getting bad here over here in Winter Garden.
Oh,
they're getting inside my truck, eating up the wires. They already did it once and did it twice.
3 times a lady?
I'm getting pissed off.
Isn't that
figure out what I can do.
Rats do
make
that?
me some squirrel traps somehow or another.
He thinks it's a squirrel. I don't know if it's a squirrel. I think C-Lane might be right about
squirrels are rats with puffy tails, are they not?
that. Maybe.
What a squirrel?
The stories that didn't make the cut. The United Healthcare CEO has stepped down. This is the person who followed the dude who got killed, and I guess he does not want that job any longer. He's saying, I'm out of here. Pick somebody else to take the gig. And with that, we're going to have to get out of here. Let's do Today I Learned.
The following information may make you feel smarter, but will not actually increase your IQ. So don't get cocky. Now it's time for what we call Today I Learned.
It is Today I Learned for a Tuesday, May 13th, 2025. Today I Learned this movie right here.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory.
That's right. The greatest chocolate factory movie of all time. Director Tim Burton initially requested 25 gallons of artificial chocolate for the Chocolate River set. He said, that's not going to be enough. Give me more. That's not going to be enough. Give me more. The final amount used was 1.25 million liters of chocolate.
Oh, my God.
A lot
That
more.
must have been for the remake. Didn't they drop a camera in the chocolate, too?
I think, at one point. Today I learned this band right here.
Wham?
Bananarama.
Bananarama, that's
Whamorama.
correct. The band Bananarama, they wrote Cruel Summer, of course, but they also wrote a song about Robert De Niro. Just in case you were wondering, for some reason, they've got a song all about him. The English pop group formed in London in 1980. They're older than I am.
Yeah.
The group, originally a trio, consisted of some friends, and now they're out there still touring to this day. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. We do appreciate it. We'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place. Missed any of the show? Get the